I keep watch. You leave, you call me.
All right. Let's do some dumb weeb shit.
Yeah.
You've got mail.
I should probably hop in and grab some of those stuff. Gonna hop in and grab some of that stuff.
Yeah, it was like 600 free Primo gems just because.
Yeah.
Welcome to version 1.2. I know, I read the fucking leaks. I know how it works. Oh, there's some new bundle things that I'm gonna pay for. Fuck you. Let's see what else is new. Should be shitload of new. Oh, right. It's a new event. New test runs. So let's trial beta.
Yeah.
I can make an elevator.
Geo, got it.
Yep, another back-to-back Geo characters, which is honestly kind of weird, but holy shit, the energy for the cool ultimate is ready faster than the cooldown. I didn't even do anything. Yeah, holy shit. I think this little, because this little flower thing is putting out AoE damage, I think.
Yeah,
I think it's just giving me just like a shitload of energy. Fuck, like it was ready again instantly. That is so spammable. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking fast.
Neat. I already got my Geo Daddy though. I don't need a Geo Twink. I'm gonna take it if I got it, but I'm
I was
not.
gonna say, I don't believe you. Or he'll take it if you got it.
Hey. Four? No, four's a battle pass.
There was a glorious
I accidentally
established among the heavens.
cutscene.
Yep.
From that kingdom came a crowned heir, tasked with seeking out the Genesis Pearl from the kingdom of darkness. The first
Like this animation triggers you too, right?
journey of seeking the
What?
Does this animation trigger you?
Why?
Oh, it just straight up reminds me of Utena again.
Oh.
she now believed that she was the queen of the kingdom of darkness.
See? She believes she's a queen.
I see it now, yeah.
Yeah.
A second
The blacked out faces.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
taken up the path where the first had stumbled. This is the story of your journey, of your tale to be told.
Fuck, did I fuck that up? Yeah, I did. That was dumb. I already did these, so I'm not gonna be able to get those this week. Unless I'll let you challenge them without claiming them. Actually, yeah, I can probably just beat them, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
It just says complete them, not.
Yeah, some things when it says complete, you have to, the act of claiming the reward at the end is what completes it.
Oh, okay.
So, anyway, it's just another battle pass. It looks like there's a new. Oh, okay, it's new domains. Yeah, I was hoping it was
That makes
new
sense.
stuff in here because I've been done this, but yes, there's a new domain that gives ice and water artifacts. Fuck!
What'd you accidentally do again?
Tried Albedo again.
It's like me playing Mass Effect and accidentally DLCing 3 times.
Yep. I like that there's a photo thing. I just wish there was more like poses and stuff you can do. There's only like 2 poses.
Breath of the Wild had way too many.
Okay, let's try that again, but less stupid. Lame. Now get all my free wishes.
God, Claymore would be so nice.
Right? Yeah, they really did make this fucking tedious, didn't they? Like, oh, you want your free shit? You're gonna have to fucking work for it.
I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin de...
Yeah, I don't care.
I really should just level her up.
Who?
The punk rock chick.
Yeah, I like her. Her shield is really good.
Yeah.
Did you just get one of her?
I think so, yeah. I haven't done any pulls.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got a couple, which helps.
It's still 20 minutes to fucking download. Go Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Amber was useful for something. That's it.
I keep.
I'm gonna get 28. Not bad. Ah, got it on the first one. What we get. Yeah, all right.
Is that a bow and...
Yeah. That's not bad. Yeah. All right. First 5-star weapon. Wolf's Gravestone would have been better, but we'll take it.
That's your guaranteed 5-star pull, right?
Probably, yeah.
Is that how that works? I don't know how.
Well, yeah, now it'll reset to... Even if you get it on your 5th pull or whatever, it'll still reset the pity to 0.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure if it was guaranteed 5-star character or just
No, it's
5-star.
just... Oh, yeah. No, just 5-star. Huh. That's one of the ones that's on the other banner that I wanted. That works.
She water as well? No, she's
No,
not.
she's Animo.
Yeah.
So, nice.
What's her thing?
It's basically just like an Animo spellcaster. She's a alchemist. She throws potions at things.
Okay.
Let's do one at a time.
Hey, Care. How's it going?
Watch.
Whoops.
You leave, you come.
Good to hear. Get to sleep the fuck in tomorrow? That means you're gonna stay up for the stream this time, right?
That's what he said. I'm holding him to it.
Hmm?
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
Because you have an eye doc appointment?
Oh my god. GG.
That's amazing. Having a good day off. Fucking love the debate club.
Yeah. Start to love it last when it's your 200th one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Call me.
What do you buy those ones with?
Masterless Star Glitter, which you get from getting repeat pulls.
Okay. Didn't tell your boss because fuck you, took the day off anyway. That's fair. Hey, you already proved the day off.
Hey, another Sucrose. Oh, 2 purples. This one's fucking awful, but
Spark plug on your generator vibrated loose and got a call from parents a half hour later telling where they put the tool set.
see, I got 2 there for getting.
Okay. You guys haven't seen Firefly? He bitches at me for not watching Mandalorian.
Ooh, Bennett. So that was the 2 characters from this banner that I didn't have. I need at least one more Bennett, though.
All right.
Because actually both
Yeah,
Bennett
I know
and
it's politism.
Sucrose get like way better with their constellation ones.
Yeah.
And then I'll take a shitload of officials now and use that 5-star bow.
Yep.
And just fuck shit up.
Yep.
I don't actually know what that bow does.
I completely agree with you, KR.
I just leveled up this bow to like 80 for her. Fucking cunt.
We discussed the Nintendo stuff a little bit, just driving.
Increases crit damage by 20%. Hits have a 60% chance to inflict a small AoE, dealing 125% physical attack damage every 4 seconds. And its a crit rate is the secondary stat. Yeah, no, it sounds fucking good.
Yeah.
But I just fucking leveled this up. Whatever.
Now you're gonna level up another one.
Yep. Yeah, this means I can give that one to Diona or somebody. Whatever. Make a total of 50 wishes. Can do.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Kara. I strongly trust their opinions.
Now what? Oh, right. I got new characters.
Yeah.
So this one actually gives her E ability 2 charges,
Okay.
which is just makes her a lot more useful in general.
Which one's her E ability?
And then this one So his thing is fucking stupid. If the health of a character falls within, or character within hit the AoE of his thing is below 70%, their health will continuously regenerate.
Okay.
If the health of the character is higher than 70%, they gain an attack bonus that's based on Bennett's base attack.
Okay.
Which will go up the more you level this, up to like 95%.
Okay.
If you get his like third constellation, it goes up another 20%. Or is that this one? Yeah, and sorry, it no longer has an HP restriction. So you heal and get the attack bonus all the time and get another 20% of attack.
All right, then.
So it is like the biggest buff you can get, honestly, is being in his AoE and getting like whatever his attack is, like it,
Yeah.
up to like most of my characters now are like 1500 to 2000. You just get another 2000 attack when you're in his AoE. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
So that is one I've definitely wanted. And I don't have a single Animo character aside from the main character.
Yeah.
So that's one that I wanted as well.
So if you level her up, you can get another pull.
I don't think I can, honestly. Actually, no, I probably can.
Again, a big distinction can be.
I should have made sure I had the materials to ascend her before I did that.
Kara said, "Eat shit." You pull Gene.
I'll have no money.
And be clear, there's a big difference between enjoyable and good. Lots of bad things are enjoyable.
Whoops. I just aggroed something. Fuck you, nerds. Think you're safe up there? You're right.
Yeah, good doesn't equal entertaining. The example I use for that everyone hates me for is Blade Runner. I fully understand it's good. I fully understand what it did for the genre. Fuck, I hate that movie.
All right, let's go explore the new area.
Yeah, a lot
Actually, no,
of people do like Blade Runner. I get it, but again, I said I've never been able to get through the whole thing. I just get bored. Yeah, we've had this conversation before. Yeah, and this is like I never got into watching Clone Wars. Never watched any of the cartoons. Yeah. Haven't seen Scarface.
All right.
The big thing is I can look at things objectively, say it's 5 out of 5, and fucking hate it.
Ad Astra Abyssosque.
Yeah, I'm getting the feeling it's probably entertaining. I mean, like, I watched like an episode here or there. Like, I may have seen like 3 episodes in its entirety.
So this whole area now is
I remember
new.
I was trying to cut through that area.
Yeah.
And it's saying, no, go fuck yourself.
Well, assuming we're supposed to come in from like here,
I'm pretty
but
sure.
I might as well just go here and go straight to this tower, right?
Well, you have to climb up that ridge.
Yeah, that's fine.
You've got another checkpoint that you haven't accessed there, just above, eh?
What? Oh, that's new. Okay. There's a road there now. I see. Yeah, because I had the achievement for... So that's obviously where it wants us to go in.
Yeah.
There's achievement for having all the waypoints, and I already had it, so that must be new.
Not talking bad about it. I'm saying I've never watched it. I mean, I get that's like... And the prequel shit never interested me.
mined 10 items because I got some shit from the expedition. Fuck you. Think you can run from me?
Like, I didn't mind the prequel movies. But no, like for any extended media, just never cared. Rex is an honorary Jedi.
And unlocking new checkpoints and chests gives you more experience and shit too, so that's really nice, because it's kind of hard to get experience at this level. Plus, you know, and new quests and shit, new event.
I've heard there's a lot of dumb shit in Clone Wars. And I have a strong feeling it probably leans to entertaining. Ignore the underwater lightsabers. And I was watching the EFAP mini for Mandalorian 2.5, I think. And they're like, don't you dare, chat. Don't you dare make us go after Clone Wars, because you're not going to fucking like it. And they're goddamn right. Yeah. Can fully understand. Can be entertaining. I mean,
What?
What?
Did it just give me a... Oh, okay. That thing popped up that said Sucrose is Stella Fortuna. So it looked for a second like it gave me a free constellation for Sucrose.
Oh.
But I think it was just a lingering thing.
Yeah. Again, there's nothing wrong with enjoying it. Like, I think we're talking about different things. Like, I think we're talking about, like, the composition of the story when we're saying good. Doesn't necessarily mean it's entertaining. Like, they're separate. Like, as I said, I don't find Blade Runner entertaining, but it's good, like, from that storytelling standpoint. So you can super enjoy it. Yeah, I know you are. That's a response to Sin, not to you, Kara. I know you and me are using the same definitions for this. Should go into that. Yeah, so when I'm saying good, I'm talking about, is a story coherent? Is it explaining what needs to be there? It's not filled with plot holes or weird contrivances, right? Weird coincidences, that type of things. Yeah, the consistency is the biggest part, for sure. Right, because you can watch a lot of things where the mechanics of the world are fucking retarded, but if they're consistent, that's fine. Right?
Oh, they also added an auto option now.
Neat. Enjoyable can be just good fun to watch. The I think the Fast and Furious movies, they're not good, but fuck, they're enjoyable.
Yeah.
as a clear example of the difference. What was the one we watched? The Babysitter films?
Yeah.
They are terrible movies, but fuck, they're enjoyable. Yeah. 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 Don't force me on the narrative. Don't make me question the internal logic of your movie. It's enjoyable.
Oh, it's a snow fox.
Aw, kill it.
I'm gonna. And his little friend too. Oh, he disappeared. Okay, so new mechanic in this. I don't know how deep I have to go in before it's gonna start fucking me up. But you will just straight up fucking freeze to death in here now.
I feel like ice characters and fire characters should be immune. Wouldn't that be all spy movies? Right, about not being forced out of the narrative and not being questionable, or...
Characters in Sub-Zero will continuously accumulate sheer cold. When sheer cold reaches its limit, it will start losing HP. Bonfires and other sources of heat will diminish. Certain conditions like snowstorms and swimming will accelerate sheer cold accumulation. So going in the water is bad.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Don't make me ask why the fuck is no one hyperspace rammed before this point? Yeah, exactly.
Smell rabbit.
At the very least, you wish to accomplish the things you make to be enjoyable. Yeah, I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with it just being enjoyable. Like, there's nothing wrong with fluff. I mean, isn't there prototype shit which literally grav locks them from hyperspeed? I mean, there's the interdictor cruisers from the EU. I'm not sure if they're in the current canon.
Dictor.
Elena heard. Yeah, got nothing. I stumbled on it. Fuck.
You tried.
Yeah, they are canon. Okay, so like, I mean, so when you're talking about the internal logic of it, they were designed to make it look like there's a planet, and the security and basically the safety systems of hyperspace would pull them out and make it so they couldn't leave. So they were going on the established lore of you don't want to run into a planet, and essentially faked planet gravity signatures. Right? So that's how an interdictor works. All right. Yeah.
Life goes on.
I mean,
Jesus, really? Okay.
yeah. It's not a grav cannon. Sounds cannon. It's not a gravity. It's not like a gravity gun.
So nice having a new area to explore, like new shit, new chests.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, that's exactly what it does. It fools the nav comp into thinking that there's a planet there. So the safety systems go, nope, you're going to crash into a planet.
Oh, these are new. Honestly, I should probably put a fire character on my team. Since all the enemies here are ice.
Yeah.
Or I could just Razor through everything, because Razor's broken.
Yeah, until TFA. Yeah. Then they just didn't care anymore. You're hyperspacing into fucking Cloud City.
Uh-oh, I need fire.
Oh, you don't have a fire character. Okay.
No. Oh, this will warm me up.
Yeah.
When you get so fucking lost.
Your hyperspace into atmosphere in a fraction of a second. It's like when I was to say, yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
I don't think normal fire can melt these. I think they said there's some sort of new item that you need to melt these, but it's...
Oh yeah, rock on!
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That works.
You're not as versed in this. I mean, I think we're talking about... Sure, we're probably going to a lot of specifics with Star Wars, but it's going back to more that consistency and... Consistency.
No more need for records, yet regret nothing more than having been...
Yeah.
Talking about events from the past. So, we need more stone tablets.
And, yeah.
Uh-oh. That looks like it's going to explode. Yep.
Yeah. The issue with hyperspace RAM is no one ever tried it before in a universe that we know this technology has existed for at least 3,000 years, you know, because of Coder. Why hasn't anyone done it? And then to further the consistency in TFA, they go, oh, that's a 1 in a million chance. So the character who was bitching at Poe for taking risks banked everything on a fucking risk. Or sorry, I meant Rise of Skywalker, thanks. And Rise of Skywalker say, oh, it's a 1 in a million chance. So the character that's bitching out Poe for taking dumb risks goes and takes a dumb risk that in all likelihood should have never fucking happened. Like, it broke it so bad, they had to break her character, not that there was much one there, to even attempt to fix it. So they didn't just go and wipe out another fleet by sending in someone else to do that same thing. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she was either trying to escape or risking everything on worse odds than Poe trying to take out the fucking dreadnought at the beginning that he got reamed out for the entire fucking movie for.
Why am I not accumulating cold here?
Because you're not in the ice.
Okay.
That's my assumption.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, which, had he not, they would have never had a chance to have that fucking conversation. Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, they're my favorite.
No, they're fucking gross. Got marshmallow squares.
Like the peanut butter marshmallow ones. Holy shit, they're so good.
Yeah.
I'm assuming these are going to, like, blow up. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there was no way those bombers were going to make that. And honestly, like, even Leia getting mad is like, come on, Leia, you've done this. You sent your entire fleet to destroy the Death Star so you guys had a chance to survive. No, they're terrible designs. But, you know, no one knows what Y-Wings are. Yeah, she also approved the bombing run. Yeah, exactly. It's because it made fucking sense. You love that clip, yeah.
My character's literally on fire and also freezing to death.
That's funny. Being on fire is clearly not a heat source.
Nope.
That was probably what you were talking about, having a different type of device, a different type of fire, because there was snow on an ice block back there. Yeah. No, it's so fucking good. I can understand people not knowing what an A-Wing is, but an X-Wing, a Y-Wing, and a TIE Fighter, everyone fucking knows what they are.
Oh, it's a new kind of... A lot of new kinds of enemies.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't fucking matter if no
Get
one
fucked.
knows what a Y-Wing is. The thing is, there was established shit in the canon that would have worked. Holdo maneuver, like, repeatable? You think she didn't seem to have too much trouble? No, it's not repeatable. The canon of the film says it's not repeatable. It was a 1 in a million chance. Which, again, is why I'm saying it breaks the bit of character she had.
Oh, fuck, I'm freezing to death.
A Y-Wing, it looks like a Y. It was the 2 types of ships that attacked the Death Star in the OG trilogy.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant to do.
What if you send like 1 million shippos? Well, I mean, yes, there's a chance that one of them would, but even then, it's not a 100% chance that that'll do it.
Please tell me there's something here I can set on fire.
Like,
Come on, cool down. I'm freezing to death. There we go. Got like a shitload of achievements. Knock a crowd slime out of the hands of a crowd hill churl. Spray an ice shield wall in a churl. Eat a crowd 7 churl before it creates an ice pillar. Sorry, a crowd 7 churl stars pearl. Alright.
logic is, oh, the audience won't know what a Y-Wing is. Let's introduce something completely new that fulfills the same purpose as something seen in the 70s. Yeah. How common is light speed travel? The hyperspace travel is common. X-Wings have hyperspace capabilities. Like
Crimson
really only things like TIE fighters and such don't. And TIE fighters don't because they wanted to mass produce them with as little cost as possible. So you'll never see a TIE fighter without a Star Destroyer, but you can see X-Wings running on their own.
Oh my god, seriously?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. You know, you can... Yeah. TIE fighters also didn't have shields because they just wanted to mass produce them. The people were expendable. I mean... So you would need 1 million ships. You still wouldn't have a guarantee of pulling off what you were trying to do, and that's to hit a single target. Because we're talking about fucking inconsistencies in films. Yep, fucking holdo dumb shit. And we're talking about it because Creepin brought it. Was it Creepin that brought it up originally? Yes.
The fuck is this?
Fire source.
Oh, I think that might be a waypoint.
Maybe. Nope.
Okay.
So,
But I'm almost at the tower.
no, you wouldn't. No, I mean, using hyperspace to railgun something shouldn't be possible. Well, I mean, again, the broken consistency with it, as I said, Nuke, was they specifically said that, oh no, it was something that should have never worked in the first place. So Holdo's a fucking coward who was trying to run away and fucked up.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, that's what you're.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did it go?
I don't think I've read the Tarkin book. I said most of the
there's-
stuff prequel era, like pre OG, I didn't read any of.
Sorry, ferret.
Yeah. Yeah. Impossible to use to your plans and too dangerous to use otherwise. Yeah. Oh, yeah, she totally could have done the heroic thing. She could have just fucking rammed the ship. Fuck you, I'm taking you down with me. An A-Wing took down a Star Destroyer. Took down a Super Star Destroyer. Only thing they need to do is take out the fucking shields.
Ah, fuck.
Well, and that's what breaks the consistency of it. It's they could have done something like that and could have run with it, but it would be something completely different. Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. But I mean, that also goes back to the good versus entertaining. Like it was absolutely stunning to watch. It wasn't good.
Yeah, no, I think I said after every single one of those movies that we went to see that they were all fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Every single one of those new trilogy movies has some amazing, beautiful shots in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically putting hyper advanced Mass Effect Dreadnought on the field. Yeah. Make it make sense to have it only happen at that point. So, but that's a big difficult thing to do. So let's talk about like all of the stuff done in the original trilogy, right? It's not an issue to have these force powers because this is the first time we've ever seen it. You don't need to explain the Emperor because
Okay,
it's
that
the first
sucks.
time we're ever seeing it. Right? But you do have to explain how you have a second Empire rise. You do have to explain if there's a major change in how the Force works. You know, seeing a Force choke, the Force pushes, all of these things are natural evolutions of the few powers you see in the first trilogy. For Skype, not so much. Right? So you have to work really hard to find a way to make it make sense at that time. Right? And you know, honestly, one of the things that could have made it make sense at the time that makes it break less is when she goes and does it, she says, well, this is a fucking long shot, and you get the never tell me the odds type line. Right? I mean, you had something like that. If you had Han Solo pulling that same maneuver and it works, it makes sense. But again, yeah, because you're going to have it told you that, nope, this will never work. Right?
The fuck are you?
Something's going to fuck you up. Or not.
I'm too strong.
Apparently.
I drained all the water. Well, yeet.
Yeah. I didn't like the Force Skype either. Again, simply because it's been established in the other films that That's not really a thing that happens. You can kind of get some basic feelings and such. But if Force Skype worked, why the fuck wasn't all the Jedi coordinating during Order 66? Like, that's where it breaks it.
No, the only logical explanation, which, they didn't even try to say, hey, this is a logical explanation, but they could have, in my mind, is that, this generation of Jedi has somehow surpassed previous generations of Jedi and are capable of things that they weren't. But, again, they didn't say that, and there's no precedent for that, so there's no reason to assume that that's the case.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
These are the equivalent of, like, the Animoculus for this area.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah. I mean, like, jumping into a planet, like, again, the hyperspace drives are designed to not let you do that. You could have had Luke taught people that ability. Yeah, you can have something there. But again, you need to put in the work to have some major change like that.
So whatever that ability to unfreeze shit is, I need it before I can get the map for this area.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
There's probably some story quests then.
Yeah, I have some story quests. I should probably start doing them.
Probably.
But exploration. And chess.
That's fair. And the ability to see what you're looking for. Yeah. Microwaves weren't designed to be bombs, but put a few forks in means someone will get hurt.
True.
Yeah, but it's... But again, there's the precedent being set there. Like I said, it's not that this stuff can't happen. It's that, again, you either make this general fucking a complete tactical moron or a complete coward. Right? And again, we know for a fact there's been thousands of years of this type of travel. It's common in the galaxy. Someone would have tried and said, yeah, no, this is a thing that works. And you would have fucking done that to the Death Star instead of worrying about trying to get, trying to nail fucking 2 meter target while, going at super fast speeds. Yeah. Or there would have been an accident or something. Exactly. I think it's protected by whatever you need because it looks like it's got the.
Yeah. I was just fucking around.
Yeah. And let's face it, when we found out that you could put forks in a microwave to turn it into a bomb, that happened by accident. And then you go, how can I weaponize this?
Oh shit, I died. That's
The
unfortunate.
Colt, probably.
No, I'm not at the top of the
okay.
meter. No, I just stuck in a corner and
Okay.
assumed I could take more damage than I could.
Yeah. And another issue when it comes to hyperspace is I'm fairly certain it's technically a different dimension. I don't believe it's actually faster than light travel. In the sense of like warp speed is. It's a separate dimension, so you're not running at different speeds. Yeah, it's that's why I specifically said it's not faster than light travel like warp speed, because warp speed is very specifically you're still in the same space. Yeah. No, warp is you're still in the It's not just difference in drives, it's difference in function. Yeah, and that's it. Like that's exactly where the question comes from, because it's you're legit. What if this was used in war? The question is, why did no one else to think to use this in war?
you're fucking stupid. Those are delicious.
I can't stand marshmallow.
Fair enough. So you're not stupid, just your mouth is.
Yes. And marshmallow is one of those hard, like, I mean, like, I know we've talked about other things like custards and stuff like that, where it's like, yeah, I can stand them in certain combinations. I have never had a combination where I'm like, yeah, I could eat some,
What the fuck is this?
eat marshmallow.
Okay. These special ice blocks covering peculiar patterns cannot be melted with pyro. Only with an attack affected by a scarlet quartz can you neutralize. Oh, so it's those items I've been... How the fuck do I affect things with a scarlet... Fuck.
Fuck if I know.
Are they consumable then? Okay. Oh shit, it's sucrose.
You're sucrose.
You're allergic to sucrose. Fuck you.
I'm not allergic. Wait, is that... I'm allergic to aspartame.
Sucrose is just sugar.
Yeah, no.
Which you are also kind of, you know.
I'm not allergic to it. It just, my body just goes, fuck you, I'm not doing anything with this.
Customers?
Custard is lit.
Pardon me. Are you looking for Timaeus?
Nah, baby girl, I'm looking for you.
No, just strange for him to not be around. Paimon always sees him standing here. I see. He was called away by Albedo.
Sandpaper? Because I want to rub you on my wood.
I was called over. I'm Sucrose, Albedo's assistant. If
You want to run sandpaper on your wood?
My apologies.
It's called a metaphor.
I don't get asked to No worries. We're all caught up on the basics.
It's exactly why.
Boom doesn't work.
Disappointed?
Just use a Twitch clip.
Yeah.
I've heard so many stories about you. Always wanted an opportunity to research you up close.
Oh, man.
What do you mean? Sorry, don't mind me. What am I saying?
I'll help you with some research.
Still,
I mean, that's the thing. There's... there's... Sometimes it's smart to go, I ain't touching this shit.
Albedo is the Knights of Favonia's chief alchemist.
I want to see people hyperspace flinging shit at each other. Like, I'm just trying to watch fighting DBC.
Paim's only ever seen Timaeus teaching alchemy. Yes, he's dedicated himself to investigating the truth of this world. We often get alchemists coming to Mondstadt from all over Teyvat, seeking his help. They say that the subtlest of guidance from Mr. Albedo helps him to...
Bruh, Ting and Topic and login. Yep.
Wow! Paimon didn't know he was such a big deal. Still, it seems like
Literally throwing galaxies at each other.
research recently.
Oh, that's one that I know I have the wrong opinions on, so...
Sure that Albedo would love to hear about your incredible exploits. I know it would bring him lots of new inspiration.
I just honestly, you didn't give it a chance.
He'll be sure to pay you back in equal measure.
I gave it 8 episodes. I didn't realize I needed to give it 12.
I don't see why not. Testing the
You say no, it's not good? It's entertaining? Alright, fair enough.
Albedo and Timaeus will be conducting research in the mountains right now.
And that's fair.
We'd love to see him, but somebody has to attend to the store. I'm afraid you'll have to go to the entrance to the pass and look for him by yourselves. Look out for a refined... Sorry. That's the... Hey, stop worrying! Sucrose is a whole lot less nervous when she gets talking about...
It's meant to be really silly, yeah. Yeah, and that's fair. And I think when I was watching it, just didn't get into it.
Anyway, let's go and look for Albedo.
Obey these nuts.
It's not Gundam, it's Megas XLR. Fair enough. Hated teamer. And exactly, it could be one of those things that I go back and watch some point. I'm sure it'll make up for... I'm sure at some point it'll be an anime that Jay forces me to watch again. We go back and forth on who's making Who's choosing what anime we're watching Saturday nights?
Very true.
Need to legally acquire megas.
What the fuck do I do with this then? So apparently this is what I... No, that's not what I need.
No.
It's the other one. The Scarlet something or other.
Do you not actually have them yet?
No, I definitely
Oh,
have some.
right down at the... What was that right down at the bottom? Is that a...
No, that's a heat shield potion.
Okay.
Where are the rest of like my ores? They should be in here, shouldn't they?
Remember recommending us a bunch of animes, not like even asking if we watched them. Paranoia Agents, we watched but didn't finish.
I ended up finishing it.
Did you end up finishing it?
I think so.
That was the...
No,
was the
I didn't
roller-
finish it when we watched it, but I've watched it before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a Satoshi Kon one, so you know, like Perfect Blue and
Yeah.
Millennium Actress. So
I fucking love Perfect Blue.
and yeah, the whole point of Paranoia Agent, which I kind of didn't, I don't think we talked about when we, is every episode goes from one protagonist to the next protagonist, and somebody who's a minor character in this episode is going to be the protagonist of the next episode,
Yeah.
etc. So it's not like watching a traditional anime.
Yeah, I think that was one of those ones where it's just when we sat down to watch it, it wasn't actually what either of us wanted to watch at the time. It just wasn't that type of one. Yeah, no, Perfect Blue is fucking amazing. I highly suggest. There was another one that I watched by the same guy. Oh, what's it called? Fuck, I'd have to look it up. But no, his work is absolutely amazing.
Satoshi Kon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. Hi, let's just Jinro. I think I've heard you say that one a few times. Let's see, we watched another fairly recently. Fuck that was, I really enjoyed that one. We've watched
Sister Rosaria, so here you are.
kind of watched a bunch.
Oh shit! It's Goth Vampire Girlfriend.
New waifu?
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got more important matters to attend to.
Oh, but this event has commemorative significance.
She's gonna be playable
Church hopes that all sisters will be
soon.
present.
But not yet.
Hopes? That's odd, because I don't recall a fulfilled...
ReZero is another one that I have on my list.
Job description.
I'm watching Magical Girl Sight right now, which is pretty good. Magical Girl Spec Ops Asuka I've watched. It's pretty good.
Do you not find it the least bit odd?
What the fuck just happened?
Jinro made the manga of Case River and is drawn to crawling. Yeah,
This far out from Mondstadt at this hour?
no, that's not.
Who knows? Maybe this is someone's grand plan to make a fool out of
Is that?
Evidence decides
His
what
shit's
people
really
are
good.
like, not your feelings. Maybe you're a little too trusting of other people.
No, that's not Jinro.
No, Jinro's an actual
That's-
anime, isn't it?
God damn it! Don't do this to me. He's like my favorite.
I know.
Fuck
Don't
off.
fret. Nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. I can't imagine anyone
Oh.
else was delusional enough to think I was gonna show up. But if you dally any longer, you...
Yeah, he does horror. There's another horror anime manga guy that I've been reading.
I've gotta get going.
Happiness, Flowers of Evil. His stuff's really good. Can't remember his name either.
Junji
offhand.
Ito.
Junji, yeah.
Seems like that.
I thought I heard something. Who are you and why are you eaves...
We better watch out. She seems like a dangerous villain. Or a trickster at best.
Oh, really?
Oh, shut up, Paimon.
I'm
She's a
member of
fucking
the
nun.
Standing Favonius Church. You're an eavesdropping
And
pagan
everybody
who
knows
where.
nothing has ever happened bad in the Catholic Church.
He heard that? Paimon was with.
And as for this outlander you seem to be following,
Can't wait till Chainsaw Man gets an adaptation.
the honorary knight that saved
Don't
us
think I
from the
know
storm.
Chainsaw Man.
I think they did
Then, given your status, I
a
won't press you under
anime
reason.
of Uzumaki and like a collection of short stories of like Junji Ito ones as anime. But
Otherwise,
honestly, I
you
think
know your answer.
Junji
I'll rescue
Ito
you on the spot.
manga is better as manga.
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden dangers, can we?
Yeah, horror anime is
Have a sense of justice.
it's hard to get a good
Let's talk
horror
about
anime.
you.
Again,
What are you
we've
doing?
specifically been looking for them, and
Junji Ito collection is so terrible. Don't even. Yeah.
yeah, I can. That doesn't surprise me.
If it's him you're after, many people have made their way up after the snowstorm. Let's hope they're still there.
So, are you also looking for him?
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. I couldn't care what you think.
There are some works that just don't
I'd like to see what he's up to.
translate well.
Rosaria said there were elemental traces in the tracks. They should show up pretty clearly with elemental sight.
Yeah, who's the guy that I've been reading? What's his name? Oshimi Shuzo is who I've been reading a lot of his comics. Again, there's absolutely wonderful pieces. Psychological horror. Chainsaw Man, it's a fucking great manga. You could gush about the arts and storytelling for hours. Yeah. Game of Thrones is the most popular show ever to be on HBO. Where's that coming from? Oh, Berserk. I see. Sorry, missed part of the conversation.
Oh.
What'd you do?
Okay. I think I
You know,
broke this
your ability to appear
and then I hit it.
will
I think it
Oh. Oh, yeah, it's Scarlet. Okay.
yeah, and then it charged my
After
Oh, yeah, you've got a charge running around you now.
to leave the scene without a trace.
yeah, that little red circle.
Yeah.
Why is Paimon a criminal in your example?
All right. Well, that answers that then.
If the Lost Children get adapted? Not familiar.
It's getting cold.
Oh,
Okay,
it's
so I need to
okay.
find one of those and then come.
Aren't you freezing?
Me? I'm alright. I got used to operating in adverse conditions.
Again, like, it's just one of those ones, like, I think I watched a little bit of Berserk, like, again, 20 some odd years ago, and never revisited it.
I watched the Golden Age anime, which, you know, aside from it having that 3D animation that people don't like, was pretty good.
Yeah.
There's one. Or how long it lasts. Oh, there's one that's closer.
It's one of those ones that I've kind of, like, I've added to my list. I mean, I think we were saying this yesterday, like, or that might have just been a conversation you and me were having. I was always more with the shoujo growing up, honestly. The shoujo and I guess some seinen. You know, it's a lot of the shit I watched. I like my animal. I like my Major shoujo shit. Nixa, did you add the clang yet?
No. No, I will have to do it on a weekend when I'm here for a bit longer. Like literally as soon as the stream ends, I need to go so that I can get the fucking catch a bus.
Modica is fucking amazing. I've watched that thing like 6 times. And I fucking love Rebellion. Apparently that's contentious. Like, apparently that's debated. I don't know why. Rebellion's fucking amazing.
Is that the movie?
Yeah. Blue Gender? No, I don't think I've seen Blue Gender. Generally go back to the OST. Intending the inspiration for writing? For Modica or for any of the other animes we've been talking about? One where bugs take over the earth? That doesn't sound immediately familiar to me at all. Humans off the planet. Yeah, no, don't think I know
What
it.
did I just do?
Oh. Accidentally, I think.
Oh, nice. That's a good thing.
I one of like the ley line challenge things.
No, this is basically the equivalent of... This is what you turn the equivalent of the Animalculus into.
Okay. It was basically fuck up Earth so badly it creates a new organism called Blue to act as an antibody. All right. Interesting concept.
Hey, another free pull.
I'm using my 5 free pulls. I've got nothing but trash.
Obviously. Can relate. I need 10.
Bubblegum Crisis I've been wanting to watch again. I don't remember if I watched the original Bubblegum Crisis. The Tokyo. The second was it Tokyo 2020? The other Bubblegum Crisis.
Yeah, once I get to level 4 on this, I can get the warming bottle, and then I can just be warm whenever I want to.
Yeah, no, I've been reading Shizuo Oshima's stuff. It's good stuff. Kind of start my morning by reading a couple chapters of that.
Fuck you. Well, I know how to unlock the map. I'm gonna go unlock the map.
Makes sense. Alright, that has all that shit done, so I'm gonna exit the game now. Oshima's stuff, like artwork, is fantastic. Again, it's psychological. They're sparse, I guess, is a way to say it. It's a lot of imagery.
Also, a big part of like good horror manga is using the fact that you have to turn the page to your advantage.
Yeah.
There's, I mean, other manga use that too, but like to knowing you have to stop and turn the page to see what's going to happen next and using that to surprise and shock is absolutely a thing that you can do in manga instead of anime.
Yeah. And Oshima's stuff, it's not monsters generally. Like it's psychological, and I highly suggest it. Mazukami? What's Mazukami?
There we go. Now we have a map.
Not familiar offhand with those. Good. The Trigon.
What about Dragon?
Just the author. They said I can't mute the doggo. Did a manga called Trigon Multiple Bullets.
Oh, okay.
Guessing it was a one-off.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
Yeah.
The word
Oh
on
yeah,
the street is
I
love
can't.
searching.
I can't fucking get through Stephen King shit. The exception of like Tim Curry's It, because that shit's fucking amazing. Not the books I definitely can't get through. Some of the movies tend to be hit or miss.
Looks like we startled them. Enough talk. Let's take them out of the picture first.
Haven't seen Overlord at all.
Who are you? Why did you alarm them? Thank the gods I'd already completed my sketch. Would have been a shame.
What's up with sketching hilly churls? What makes them so interesting?
What makes you interesting, Paimon? Oh, that's right, you're a demon. Thank you for giving me that canon. I'm so happy about that.
Yeah.
If you'd like to have a look at my sketch, I may give you a clue.
Remember,
really
the
entertaining.
name of the demon in the movie Hereditary that the cult is worshipping is Paimon. And now I can only imagine them worshipping this stupid little floating bitch.
The Mist is amazing.
You can
Yeah,
That
Mist
one
is
I
good.
agree with.
Quite boring. Worth closer inspection.
It would have been better if they did it the way they intended, which was in black and white.
Yeah.
The codes. And there's a distinct force at work here.
Slowly drops off from there. Yeah, fair enough.
in the cyclical lives of such primitive communities. Such unique attributes are an indication of evolution at work. Evolution, the transition from nothing into existence, from the known to the
Hold your horses. Ugh, something tells me we're in for
He even played a cult chant when Paimon is introduced and played Genshin.
We found your man. I'm headed back.
Hunter x Hunter is one that I've been meaning to kind of...
back to the...
That's been on my list to watch, but
Then, if I'm not mistaken, I've heard a bit of everything.
just never got to it.
I'll skip the conclusion. There's only one possibility after. Excellent. If I could procure your assistance. Forgive me. This must... You're right. Giving a demonstration would be better than trying to explain. For example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
Okay, this boy's Jesus.
You can do that?
Somebody donate a bunch of money so I can pull him.
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. The method I'm talking about has produced no results. It's like you, in that it hails from another world.
Well, if you're struggling to figure it out, Paimon's not sure we're gonna be much assistance.
I beg to differ. I'm unable to comprehend the intricacies of life outside of, but you're not from the known world. By observing and researching...
Yeah, I've heard good things about it.
Shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
Mora, knowledge, and the answer to the question you are seeking. Time for a change of surroundings. We should be going. There's research to do.
I wonder how many years it'll be before you actually get, like, conclusion to the plot of this game.
Albedo
Yeah.
and the Traveler seem to have hit it off.
Presumably not till, like, every region has been added.
Every Death Game anime should just be Greed Island.
So weirdo to
Speaking of death game animes, Dead Man Wonderland fucking sucks.
this constitute a risk.
I watched Alice in Borderland on Netflix. I enjoyed that. Live action, but quite enjoyable.
I know, Creepin', I usually am.
I only watched a little bit of it and just kind of never got back to it. And by the sounds of it, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
It has no conclusion.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm gonna blow up. Yeet. Blew him off a fucking cliff. Bye.
Again, no conclusion. Didn't stop Inuyasha and Ranma.
Collect 8 animal part. Oh, I'm freezing to death. Whoops.
I just think what's her name doesn't know how to end end anything. Oh yeah, no. Again, entertaining and good. This is really bad at finding endings. Yes.
I mean, fair. So were Bleach and Naruto and...
Yeah.
Alright, I'm fucking freezing to death.
I don't mean that they don't end well. I mean that things tend to go on a lot longer because she doesn't end things. Bleach is getting concluded next year. Fuck me, that's still running?
Yeah, I was
Christ.
actually about to say the same thing. I didn't even realize it was still going.
I know there's a grown-up Nell, but I always think of like the kid Nell. DBC is another another example of that. Yeah.
I don't know, but I feel the importance
I mean-
in the method, not the endpoint.
Boruto is different. That's a sequel.
Using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that would constitute a big leap in my understanding of the essence of life. After awakening, even creation may be possible.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. Don't
Still a little difficult to understand.
never cared to look at Boruto.
But what's the
So which anime got canned second to last arc? Is that Bleach? Naruto? What?
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
Well, the
Should have ended with the pain
subject
arc.
of research was the elements. In this world,
Yeah, I know
manipulating
Naruto got fully
elements
adapted.
requires that vision.
Um,
Though I can't see anything resembling one on your person. How you're able to freely manipulate elemental power is something I'd like to ask.
45% of the anime is filler.
I've got a few questions in that regard.
Yeah, there's a lot of filler.
Do you have any extra organs? A second heart? Fascinating.
Yeah, I think the pain arc is about where I stopped reading it.
A gap between us? And another thing, it's Paimon, not floating child.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external.
I think the mangaka shouldn't
Oh,
have.
Like hot Paimon's a fishing rod.
but that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be
Shouldn't have
enough to
overhyped
flow
Madara to the point where legit had asked for stupid reason to make him go bye bye.
south of Springfield to flow backwards.
I feel like
They
looking
do
at it
show
right now,
that.
you need that meme with like the math, like
Yep.
Hey, how would you know anyway?
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between the composition of your body, given that there's.
yeah. I've just been watching JoJo. JoJo's fucking lit.
It seems that only experimentation will yield the answers.
I mean,
First,
problem with a lot of shonen.
this
Power creep's fucking insane.
I'd like
Yeah, I
to
just finished
see
BNA too.
slimes to
BNA
do
was
again.
good.
Perhaps you'd be able to defeat them.
I really enjoyed BNA.
Comes most naturally to you.
Yeah, I liked Dorohedoro as well.
Dorodoro was good. I'm kind of meh with it. It's not doing anything in particular for me, but I'd watch more. Just not my favorite. I mean, they did the same thing with Boo.
I'm curious. If I grab one of these, will it like give me a fire attack?
I think it did do a burst. I mean, again, Shoujo like isn't immune to power creep either. I just don't think it's necessarily as noticeable. Let's face it, Sailor Moon defeats the fucking galaxy.
Did you feel anything out of the ordinary? If you're injured, I have a few emergency.
Use all the tailed
programs
beasts to seal his superpowers.
According
Yeah.
to my observations, the manifestation of the external elemental flow is as expected. Elemental reactions are normal. There's no. Now that we know that the external flow is manifesting
I
normally,
mean, Dorodoro, it's not bad. Just
It did end without a lot of conclusion, so it'll be nice when the second season comes out.
want to talk about power creep, Garen Logan. I can't talk about the power creep and Garen Logan. We've discussed this.
it's very simple. I can use alchemy
Saint
to
Seiya and
create
Sailor
a
Moon get
potion that will
fucking insane. Yeah, they do.
The elemental power is stored and accumulated physically within your body.
I honestly say Sailor Moon is probably one of the strongest characters out there.
Don't worry.
But no one fucking realizes that.
Well, that's just a warning. If an internal element, yes, that's an excellent. It's a type of ore known as star silver. I'll take you to my campsite. All going.
Paim, let's keep her.
Yeah, they do get pretty insane. I haven't watched Saint Seiya in a long fucking time.
Here, should do for catalyst purposes. This one, usable with a bit of polish.
It was kind of insane where he is. I think I can't remember where I heard this, so don't completely quote me on it. But I think the author Naruto had something very different in mind when he started it, and kind of wanted it to end with
This should be enough.
which is like the giant monsters,
I'll lead the way.
like Nine Tails and One Tail. and wanted to kind of end there, but it's like, oh, this is popular, and they kept making more, and it's like, oh fuck, what do I do now? And that's where a lot of the creep came from. Yeah, exactly. Didn't have that stuff in mind at all when he was starting it, and it evolved. And you can see that because again in Shippuden, like there's definitely a retcon of how the tailed beasts work because the idea changed. Right. Yeah. I mean, I think the thing too is like it happens, and again, I've seen it more in shonen anime. It's just like, just stop already. It's all right to end the story. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, retcons are okay when it's done to help the story. And again, you do it slowly and subtly enough, it's going to go through.
I noticed that the second season of JoJo starts with a massive inconsistency from the end of the first arc.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like massive, but okay. Straying so far from where the quest wanted me to go because I keep finding more shit.
Oh, DBZ should have. He wanted it to end. Well, sorry, I don't think he wanted it to end after Cell. He wanted Boo to win. Boo was made insanely powerful, so Boo could win. That was Toriyama's intention. And then the Toei's like, or the publisher, whichever was there, is like, no, fuck that. Goku's got to win. Yeah. Yeah. And when it wasn't good is when it's like you start to feel that force.
I need a Red Rock.
I need to watch. I don't know if I ever finished watching Inuyasha now that I think about it. I should go back and watch. Well, it's. I enjoyed Boo as well, but there was clearly a point where you can tell that it's not where he was wanting to go with it anymore.
What the fuck?
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for one of the scarlet things so I can break this.
Oh. Didn't you have one like right here where you're just like, I wonder what happens when I hit an enemy with it?
No, that was a ways
Okay.
back. That's just you've been talking too much about anime and not paying attention.
That's
But
fair.
I don't hold it against you. It's good to have a conversation going.
Yeah.
Just saying, that was a while ago.
No, it's fair. So I asked with a question mark.
And
Yeah.
that ult was fucking overkill.
Gohan is fucking powerful, but I mean, again, there's a lot of that pulling back and forth because stories, you know, it's executive meddling. It happens everywhere. It- Okay, so I watched Super. I haven't read. I'm guessing the manga is going past where the anime is, or completely different storylines. Manga is still continuing, yeah. Magic's a good way to depower incredibly
shit.
powerful physical characters. I mean, it did work with Superman as well. I mean, reason why psychic, like Psychic beats out the strength.
The threads of your
I'm
fate
pretty
lie
sure
in my hands.
magic is one of Superman's major weaknesses. Satana can fuck him up.
Oh god, my sensitivity is so high.
It's almost like Pokemon had this shit sorted in the 90s.
Oh fuck, I actually hit that?
There's some versions simply not resistant to magic.
Yo,
Some are outright weak too.
but I hit that though.
I'd hit that. Yeah.
I wasted half of my time for that challenge by switching characters and then hit all three on the first shot.
I mean,
Yeah, rock on.
most of the time, magic doesn't come up in like anything outside of the comics, so
Yeah, I think literally everybody knows that Spider-Verse is really good.
yes.
Also, I still haven't seen it. And I'm like a massive fucking Spider-Man fan. And I just don't know why I can't just sit down and watch it. I keep putting it off.
Yeah. It's really good and entertaining.
I literally have a fucking Spider-Man tattoo. That's my fucking thing. Just... I think part of it is because when I do watch it, I want to like devote my full attention to it. And I often rather be doing shit where I can be multitasking. I don't often just sit down and watch something with my full attention. Although to be fair, I have been doing that with JoJo. Trying to give it my full attention. I don't know where the fucking thing is here, so I'm just gonna leave.
I know very little about Miles Morales. I just know that he is Parker's successor in Ultimates.
Are you fucking kidding me? What? What are you laughing at?
Just the slow slide.
Yeah.
He's fucking banging. Well, I mean, Spider-Verse. Spider-Man does almost as much dimensional travel as Fantastic Four does.
Campsite. I've added the materials.
I believe Ultimates is technically merged into 616. I think that happened in the last several years. I think.
I know Miles Morales is main canon now.
Yeah, he's moved to 616. But it's the Ultimates one that is in 616. I think it happened during one of the Spider-Verse events.
I'm guessing you may have met in Mondstadt already.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your experiment. The report is already up on the board there.
Look at all the data. All these results from one slime battle?
Yeah, it tends to happen to a lot of these mantle hand-down characters.
And a few daring guesses, perhaps. I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the
Again, I haven't read much with
between this traveler and the slimes.
with him. Like, I think I read Spider-Men
But you can manipulate elements
and I read Spider-Women. Like, was that the actual series we're called? I think.
I don't know. I'm trying to pay attention to the fucking story. I haven't been listening to you.
Oh,
Reading chat.
I'm sure we'll be able to establish a basis
feels like Peter's little purse puppy. Creators keep pushing him out over and over again, hoping one adaptation of him will stick.
Elemental life
Yeah.
forms. In other words, beings consisting entirely of the elements. A
Only really read Dark Avengers and some Thor stuff. Yeah, fair enough.
might be a better analogy. But tracing back the phylogenetic relationships between plants.
Bring back Spider-Man
you
2001.
have to trace back to the world's origins.
That only had like one season, didn't it?
Oh yeah, it did only have one season, yeah.
Don't you think?
Yes, sir. That sounds correct.
After all, we've got our primary data already.
What could Neil Patrick Harris have possibly fucking done to make you say fuck Neil Patrick Harris?
If it turned out that he did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world,
Maybe he just wants to fuck Neil Patrick Harris.
that really would be something, wouldn't it?
Ah, it would. Apologies. I was so excited to get the data. I'll slow down a bit next time.
Yeah, I'll
Speaking
disagree
of
with that.
data, to complete our research, we'll need some more. I'll be conducting analysis here for the time being. If you're keen for an update, just come and find
I
me.
like Spider-Man Unlimited.
I'll leave you to it.
That was a sequel to like the 90s Spider-Man. I think it was actually meant to be a proper sequel.
Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little first. If all goes well, I'll hand it over to you. In line with my expectations. Ready to drink. Remember to keep calm at all times. And breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
Yeah, I don't think I read Spider-Verse itself, but yeah, I think I read. Yeah, I think there was a couple arcs called Spider-Men and Spider-Women. That
Yeah, I lent you the Spider-Man comic.
yeah, and then read the
Which is
Spider.
the first time Parker and Morales actually meet.
Yeah. I believe that's the first time that 616 and Ultimates meet. Period.
Is it?
Yes.
That's
The
surprising.
closest they ever got was 616, both 616 Fantastic Four and Ultimates Fantastic Four both went to the Marvel Zombies universe, but not at the same time. Yeah, I think Spider-Verse is the first time they actually met.
You mean Spider-Man?
Yes, it did mean Spider-Man.
You said you tried some already.
Oh, this potion channels elemental power into the body.
We should definitely take a break here after.
Alright.
Repelling reaction is to be expected. But if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only
616 sounds like a metal band that couldn't commit to 666. To be fair, I'm pretty sure I've heard 616 is also a possible interpretation of the beast.
Yeah,
guinea pig.
that is correct, depending on how you interpret the Hebrew.
But of course, you're my assistant. By all sense and reason.
I could see enjoying the Kenobi series. I think I said in the Discord, Rogue Squadron. I'd be interested in that one.
I'd say we have a conclusion.
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler to happen.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. The good thing about ordinary is that everything is an object of reference, and everyone understands you.
Look at his fucking baby face. Like, even for Animu, little tiny head and the giant eyes.
Yeah.
We're the same.
He does,
Can understand.
okay, so he does have a fucking nose. I'll be honest,
Yeah.
doesn't have a fucking nose.
Or when you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you
Yeah.
because
Patty
they
Jenkins is obsessed with dogfighting. Yeah, no, I'm interested in that one.
have people who've made
I mean,
the
again,
mistake for their
Wonder Woman is by far the best DC movie. Pretty sure she's
peculiar
Wonder Woman.
For example, a human can't understand the life of a. To sum up, this has
You'll
been a
pat her,
pleasant
Jenkins.
outcome. Going forward, you can use your elemental power without fear.
Yeah, I don't want deep fake bigs. Yeah.
The results of the new experiments were out, if you could see to collating them.
Just a moment.
It's not going to be OT era, from what you understand.
You gave me
Oh.
a lot to consider. Having you down as an animal wasn't very precise of me, but starting with
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry.
I mean,
Whatever the truth
most of
of the
my
matter.
knowledge of Rogue Squadron is like after the OT.
But if you're interested,
Your Superior Spider-Man adaptation, you'll be jizzing your jeans. That was the
That was when
Doc
Doc
Ock
Ock became Spider-Man, yeah. Before, or kind of like partway through phase 1 of the MCU, when MCU was kind of like becoming the big thing, I was like, yeah, it's cool and all, but it's not like they're ever going to give us a fucking Civil War movie. I genuinely did not see that as ever being a possible outcome.
Yeah.
And then it was, and now my next one like that I'm calling in hopes that I'm calling it wrong is a Dark Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Because fuck me, that would be awesome. Dark Avengers is probably one of my favorite mega events ever. Or I guess Dark Reign technically is what the event.
We kind
Dark
of
Reign's fucking lit.
X-Men versus Avengers I could see happening as well. I think Dark Avengers we'll see, but we need the legwork done. Again, Just need to have more of the few more villains get known so they can do it.
Yeah.
I suppose it's a few years, a few decades after Return of the Jedi. All right, good. It means they can't fuck up the Rogue Squadron, I know.
Yeah. I mean, the kickoff will probably be different, right? Because the kickoff of Dark Avengers was the Skrull invasion.
Yeah.
Basically, Norman Osborn kills the Skrull Queen and saves the world. And Nick Fury fucks up during the Skrull invasion. So he gets fired, and they make Norman Osborn, Green Goblin, the fucking head of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then he makes his own Avengers team where he's Iron Patriot, which is unfortunately a name they've already used in the MCU.
Yeah.
But he's basically Iron Patriot, so he's Captain America and Iron Man combined. Yeah. Then they have Venom as Spider-Man, Wolverine's son Dakin as Wolverine, Moonstone as Miss Marvel, and
Loki?
Ares as Thor. It was fucking good. It's an amazing fucking arc.
Where do you want to go?
Anyway.
Well, I think Fantastic Four was announced.
Yes, Fantastic Four is announced.
So we may get Doom. Maybe they won't fuck it up this time. And I suspect that they're going to use Fantastic Four to introduce multiverse shit. And I guess so is Doctor Strange, isn't it?
Yes.
So Galactus too, yeah. I think one of the best rumors I've heard is having Rogue as the villain in the next Miss Marvel. And I can't wait to see that bitch get her power zapped. If it's legit. All right. Yeah, we're going to take a quick 5 here. And we will continue talking about nerd shit.
Yep, back in a couple minutes.
See you guys shortly.
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while, so it is where many things come to settle. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth. And those that come across Lior tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle. Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Every journey has its final day. Don't rush. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
All right, we're back.
We're back. All right, so I saw something about us talking about Captain Marvel.
It's a good thing I stood by fire when I left.
Yes. And
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting?
it's just fucking boring.
There may take to that, for example. Worlds make so. I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last.
Are you talking about the Dawn?
Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it.
Man, the Dawn did nothing wrong.
That was your best effort?
She's just gonna go give some like gifts to kids, and she goes and insults them.
Help, I suppose.
She's gonna help.
Have you
Yeah, no.
tried using your elemental power with food?
No.
I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. Anyway.
Even outside of that extended scene, she's overpowered, had no weaknesses, no character growth in the films. She was fucking boring. Yeah, telling people you're not interested does work normally. All the time? No, but yeah. No, she's overpowered to the point that it's fucking boring. She couldn't do anything wrong. Like, no. Again, no character growth. Like, no.
Oh, there it is.
That was fat.
Why is Doctor Strange not boring? Well, there was some adverse, like, he actually did have to do character growth. Like, there's strong character growth throughout his film.
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food.
Not to worry. And here's your portion.
Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you and your safety during the whole experiment. Not that Paimon would have been able to do much if things had gone wrong.
Hey, you were being, but you do have taste.
Managed to be the most powerful entity in the universe into basically doing nothing but using his powers. It's not about just using his powers. It was
Fortunate too, I suppose.
there was build up to him having those powers.
There are all manner of alchemical items here. Keeping them in their proper place is a challenge. I managed to retrieve the majority, but 2 vials have been evading me.
Paimon's barely fit.
Don't worry if you can't locate them. If you had, say,
It's not about the firing energy blasts and being a powerful melee fighter. I mean, okay, you can go with Iron Man. Yeah, his powers are technically, let's, fire the energy blasts everywhere. But there was struggle. There was work to get that. Sorry, chat's going by fast. I'm not seeing everything. I agree with you, Creepin. Like, that was it. There was consequences to what was done. Her powers are... Yeah.
The extract of an animo crystal fly can only be animo elemental energy, right?
Well, you don't really see her taking much in the way of damage.
Good thing the vial's so strong.
Yeah.
This must be electro.
Thor didn't tank a fleet of warships in the films.
incredible. I'm wondering.
And again, there's build up to, being a god of thunder. Yeah, sorry, he electrified a bunch of troops
Foreseeing otherworldly
Yeah.
power would be of
from his powers, but it's not just about the powers, it's about the character.
Also, again, only 1 out of the 3 Thor movies is good.
Yeah,
Don't be disheartened.
and it's the worst Thor movie.
Now, our research has focused on your otherworldly identity. Our research on your identity as one of us is just beginning. In essence, looking out from where we're standing. Can you see what Sucrose is doing? And if you jump from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there. So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain Then I know of a location that will be perfect.
Benny's adventure team, assemble!
Magneto showed up with a 616 power set in the MCU. Yeah, you'd agree that's overpowered. Okay. But you don't think... the power level is just an aspect of it. It's... earn it.
Where did that come from?
Like, you have to see the characters earning it. There's a reason why, like, the X-Men movie, even though they had a bunch of established people who had a lot of powers, they followed the characters that didn't have that experience. Right? So you can watch Rogue's struggles and growth.
Benny's adventure team, assemble!
Osmanthus wine take.
You're right. She didn't instantly win that fight. But she did fucking destroy his entire fleet coming in. And stood up to him where no one else could.
But where I go,
What the fuck are you?
Well, no, they didn't gaslight her into fighting for the cause. They abused some amnesia.
I will have order. Stabilize.
Life goes on. Power core!
Right? She had amnesia. She didn't know the truth. She didn't know shit. And you got to remember, technically, if you're going from it, depending on the side of the war you're on, I'm pretty sure she didn't have memories until, like, they all just kind of rushed back at the end. Yeah, and exactly. How did she struggle with those things as a character? She didn't. She didn't even struggle. She's like, oh, everything I learned was a lie. She just went, oh, everything I learned was a lie, and just flips. There was no struggle around it. Yeah, it could have been written better. And because it wasn't, it was shit. That's the issue. Lots of things could be written better, and then they might not be shit. Oh, I think it was I think it was I think it was absolutely terrible. I mean, like, yeah, that's true. Even Johnny Bravo wouldn't have deserved the punishment put on the Dawn.
Life goes on.
I miscalculated.
No, I don't think people really did go batshit overboard. I do think it was absolutely that terrible.
I don't think I had any particular biases. I don't think I'm, I tend to be on the woke side of things. I don't think I approach it from a sexist or anything like that approach. And I still think it was basically the worst movie in the MCU up to that point.
Yeah. And that's why I like the idea of Rogue being the villain in in the sequel. You're not going to make that. Oh, we've got recovery. All right.
Still don't know if... Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's a cooldown on it, so you can't spam the shit out of it like you can with...
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. How did a loading zone?
Yes.
Fuck just happened there?
I don't know.
That was weird.
Yeah. You know, and I think anyone who's throwing in the arguments about it being the sexist woke stuff are arguing in bad faith. Okay, so we redesign her. How do you do the arc? How about... Oh. What are minor things you can do? How about having a bit of conflict, having more conflict around, you know, all of a sudden having to fight her... fight essentially what's been her friends for, what, a decade? You know, make her hesitant to fight that. Yeah, let's define what we think our character trait should be. That, well, I mean, within the story as told, right? So, if you start to get your memories back, and it's conflicting, you should be having... That needs to show up. So you should be, again, seeing her being super conflicted on who the enemies actually are, which ones, who to fight. Be confused when it comes to be choosing between the Krull and the Skrull. Is that right? The Kree and the Skrull. Right? A woman with no memories with some non-human abilities being trained by the Kree. That's... You're going. Yeah, again, as the memories start coming back, have some confusion. Have her not be able to fight Joaquin Phoenix's character because of that. Yeah, have her abilities be limited by herself. Have her lack the confidence to be able to use her abilities, not have her abilities artificially inhibited. All right. And then as she struggles, she's confused by having to fight the Kree and the Skrull, not knowing which way her allegiances lie. But as she's getting her memories back and gets tied with her and, you know, meets her friends again from her past life, she ends up being a bit of a moral compass to help her realize what the right thing is to do. And that give her the confidence to stand up against the Kree to defend the Skrull. Raven is a good example of that, actually, yeah. You missed some of that? Okay, so what I would do, you get rid of the inhibitor chip altogether. Have her powers being limited strictly by her lack of confidence. And have the lack of confidence be from just the lack of memories, just unsure. She's with all of these people that she does see as better than her. As she starts to regain her memories, she starts having conflicting thoughts between the Kree and the Skrull faction. She doesn't know how to deal with it. She can't really fight the Kree because she's all she knows, but it's conflicting with what she's seeing from the Skrull. You then introduce her back to her pilot friend, who ends up coming in as more of a moral compass and helps point her into the direction to show that the Kree are the baddies. Ow. And having that friend come back and the memories come back helps build her confidence, because she can start recalling what she did, what she's capable of, and use that growth to then go to the final battle with what's his name. And that's why the memory components are there. So that in a nutshell would have made, and that's not changing much of the movie, could have made it significantly more interesting. Have her struggle, have her grow. It's not the power level that hurts. Right? Yeah. I don't think she should be able to 1v1 fleets like that. But even that power level aside, that's there. Yeah, Tony Stark can do that with the right equipment, but again, it's not just about the power. Right? It's about, so Tony Stark, sure, let's say he can do the same thing, and yeah, exactly, he earned it, right? He earned it in the first movie when you see him struggle and realize, oh shit, this is the damage I've caused. How do I go and make this better? All right? Ow. Yeah, because it's not about the power level. Superman, granted, I don't find Superman the most interesting, but most of my stuff's been from the films. I find Clark Kent interesting. Right? What's interesting is, again, around the struggles that happen. Right?
Yeah, to try to say, well, Clark Kent or Superman's also OP. Superman's also not that fucking interesting.
Yeah, I don't find him that interesting.
No, me either.
Yeah. Now, there's a lot going on, I know. That's how I feel like when we talk about shit half the time. Yeah. And when it comes to Superman, the stuff that I say there is, again, I don't find Superman interesting. I find Clark Kent interesting.
Fuck off.
Mental abuse is a struggle to overcome, and I don't disagree with that. The problem I have with Captain Marvel is it wasn't shown in the film. Right? That indoctrination wasn't addressed. She just instantly overcame it. So that's why I suggest the rework of her being confused, her not knowing that the Kree are bad and having a hard time fighting her friends. Okay, you're still getting to it. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, indoctrination into entirely new life is tough to get through. Yeah. Can we jump into a voice chat? No, it's up to Jay at this point.
I don't think I've said anything in an hour.
I'm not sure how distracting it would be to you.
I don't give a shit. I'm just running around picking up chests.
All right. Well.
Let's...
Why don't we have Jay moderate instead? Because he's the one that's not really.
Because Jay's also half paying attention to the game.
Oh yeah, like that's the thing is I haven't been able to participate in this conversation at all because I've been too busy.
Yeah.
But
Pierre's actually been doing pretty good at moderating in the chat anyway, so I don't have...
here's all the moderation you need. You're both wrong and dumb.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Are you already home?
I'm going.
Jay is a base centrist.
What?
I think that's objectively not true.
I think he's a base anarchist.
I don't think you're an anarchist either.
I'm not anti-anarchy. There's some anarchy involved in leftism. I debate the functional practicality of anarchy.
I ended up taking the 8 values test for leftists, and it said I was more supportive of the central government than anarchy, so that's interesting.
Liberal leftist. What's a liberal
Hey.
libertarian?
Also, Nuke, can you make yourself louder? I have you at 200%, and you're still really quiet.
Too.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure, let me try. So,
I think, obviously it's getting off topic from Star Wars and Marvel. I think anarchy requires people to be fucking...
Libertarian, yeah.
I think anarchy requires teamwork, and I think if humanity has shown anything, it's that type of fucking teamwork is not a reasonable expectation of people.
Yo, can we actually talk about the fact that generally speaking, the world has been at peace since the nuclear bomb? The great powers, I mean.
Yeah.
yeah, it,
And that is... Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
Is this any better volume-wise?
Not really.
Not
Needs to
really,
probably
no.
go a bit louder, yeah.
But, to continue my thought real quick. This has been a great fucking experiment since, like, 1950. This great experiment of peace.
Yeah. And then the plague hit.
And I'm not saying that the world is 100%. I'm gonna go ahead and clarify my statement here. But in general, the great powers of the world have not gone to actual fucking war since 1950.
Yeah.
No, because the U.S. has just attacked people who are too weak to fight back instead.
As has Russia,
Yeah.
or Soviet Union at the times. And, well, no, both.
You're still
actually.
terrible, Nuke.
You are, yeah.
So are you.
And then Yemen, and I'm bad too?
No, you're
No,
fine.
you're fine.
No, I meant Devon. But yeah.
Oh, shit, okay.
I'm just making fun of him. Just fuck off. Fucking ignore me.
You're good.
Can do.
We were talking about, Captain Marvel for a hot minute.
do.
Yes.
Yes.
We should probably get back to that. because the state of the world is fucked anyway.
Yeah.
We can bitch about, you know, nerd stuff and movies and shit.
Yeah. You think it's Discord?
Yeah.
It could be Nuke.
Yeah.
I was hoping this would be easier. I know, well, weirdly, I could understand how this isn't easier because, again, it is 2 or 3 versus 1 sort of, but I was going to try and remove myself from the condo and just kind of break shit up as much as I could. Hello again. I don't know if you heard much of that, but...
Hello there.
Hello.
Well,
I've
actually,
heard something.
it would actually only be you and Dev, because I would try to be... Obviously, I'm gonna... Oh shit. F for stream.
F for stream.
Oh no, because I use back.
Oh.
And it backed through the last 3 streams that I'd watched before you guys. So I was like, oh wait, where'd it go?
Nah,
Which didn't make sense because I was on Discord. I was literally in Discord and it was like, oh, you mean to go back in Twitch? Yes, of course I will do that.
Yeah.
Stay on. Can you hear me?
Not
I
well,
can.
but
You're better.
Yeah.
It's not much better, but it's better.
Deep throat that mic.
Oh yeah.
I can't. I literally don't have my good mic. I have that shitty headset mic from the exam.
It's all good.
This is as good as it gets. This is...
That's what I'm using
Yeah.
now.
Volume settings and see if I can find
Yeah.
my boost.
So, I'll go ahead and, I know Sin's not actually too much a part of this, as far as the Captain Marvel
I'm just here for
conversation goes.
antics and
Yeah,
shit
I
talking.
get that. I will try to keep myself quiet, and I will try to notice when you try to speak, Nuke, because you are at a massive disadvantage right now.
Yeah, I'm going to my settings. I'm on a shitty
Are you
laptop.
using mobile? Oh.
No, I'm not using fucking mobile, Sin.
It makes
Okay, well,
it
you sound a little bit better when you're
It's
angry at
clean.
Sin, so.
To be fair, he can't speak too loud either. Kind of same as me.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded on 3.5 walls by now. It's fine.
Yeah. That's good. We can hear you. Try not to speak over you, and because I can't
I
really
will speak up when
Yeah.
I notice him in Discord, because that's easier for me.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask for that. So I mean, I guess so.
Check. How about now?
Holy
is
shit,
way
he's
better.
got a mic that works.
That is, like...
No, I
I
found
feel
sound.
assaulted by that comment.
Sin, thank you. I found the mic boost.
Why?
All right. So at this
Alright,
point here,
We'll
So just
I'll say,
starting
go ahead.
out,
yeah,
Right.
I'm just going to start with my initial question.
yeah,
Mental struggles are as hard to overcome as physical struggles.
Yes.
or no?
Fuck you.
yep. I have no issues with that.
no, that's what
Yeah,
makes.
that's
Okay, so
premise.
Iron Man was a mental struggle against his cognitive dissonance of being, oh, I'm the bad guy. My company has been doing evil, as well as the physical struggle as escaping.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange was the mental struggle of overcoming, losing what was most important to him.
His hands.
Yeah,
Yeah, like there's lots of other good examples of mental struggle.
yeah,
Well, I think in Strange's case, it was more a struggle of him losing his identity as a world-famous neurosurgeon. So,
Which is...
but that's not a mental issue.
Fair.
yeah, which is a mental
Yeah.
issue. Yes.
Yeah,
It's very physical and very mental, but I'm gonna...
yeah,
Restating my original argument.
yeah,
The reason I don't see the Captain Marvel as badly written as most people popularly say, and as everyone else is more or less saying, is because she has been going through this with no
Whoops.
memories. She started the movie having dreams about Marvel,
okay,
and she has no idea what's going on. She's seeing the person that she sees when she talks
okay,
to Supreme Intelligence. So she thinks that either something's going on with herself. She has no idea what's going on, and when she goes to Yanra to try to talk to it, they try to fight it out, and distractor, and he starts gaslighting her.
Okay.
It-
So
this is
how does that affect her
yeah.
character growth? What? How does that affect her actions throughout the film?
I do not think I am who they say I am.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
Right. But how does that affect her actions? So again, just to use Tony Stark as the example, he has that oh shit, I'm the baddie moment, and immediately tries to change the company around, saying nope, we're not doing the weapons anymore. Starts actively trying to clean up the mess that he made, which culminates into Warmonger trying to take over the company from him and becoming the bad guy. So that's how his arc is. How does the gaslighting that happened affect? Yeah, that's Warmonger.
Okay.
Yeah. How does having
Either get in voice chat or
yeah.
Well, I don't think he can.
Yeah. So how does
I can read his comment if we want to do that, because he's going to be actually typing way slower than we can talk.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Legit, all set up though, bro. You're describing the events that start the film. All of what was just said was dropped immediately like a grocery list, without much thought or aftermath to any of them.
I haven't given my entire thoughts yet.
Yeah.
That's
been
we're in the
interrupted by
discussion,
us.
man.
And do you mind me poking at your thoughts as you're going through? Okay.
go for
Yeah, I just want to make sure. So how
If
so
y'all
how
are
does that
talking over each other,
gaslighting?
I will clear.
Yep.
I will clear comms.
Yep.
I'll put it that way.
That sounds fine. So how does that confusion that they try to set up actually affect what she does throughout the story?
Initially, it would, because she genuinely thinks that Yanra and the Supreme Intelligence are looking out for her.
Right.
That even if she doesn't have like tactile, concrete proof that they're on her side.
Right.
And in the meantime, Yanra is gaslighting her about her past, and it's like, forget it. It's not what's important. You're Veers,
Right.
and you're a soldier of the Creed. You're a hero.
Right.
So when they go to actually fight the Skrulls, and she runs into what's his name? The Skrull leader.
Yeah. I don't
When she
remember names.
when she runs into him, then she's like, "Oh, the Creed already aren't telling me something."
Okay.
Because this guy knows our codes somehow. He got these codes.
Right. So,
and in the process, that it's like she gets captured, and now she's being forced to relive all of these memories that she has no idea that she even had.
Right.
And that to me would be a mind fuck. Now, caveat I'm gonna add.
It's all a part of the. Then if you would.
I do not believe that Brie Larson did a good job of acting the more.
oh yeah,
The
no,
more refined parts.
yeah, no, and I'm trying to take the actor out of it.
Yeah.
So,
But in my ideal rewrite for it, just for the sake of argument, I would go that whenever she's trying to use her powers, she has to confront one of these memories, or her powers are going to backfire.
yeah, that's
And the more she tries to use the powers, the more she's stuck into this mental struggle of, Yanra is telling me this, and I've been with Creed for
Great work.
argument's sake
Can I
a
pop in for a
decade.
second?
Sure.
So I'm just, Dev, just 1 second. I think I've got your point and my point.
all right.
The issue that I think I have with your
The essence
You,
of
this
the
is your
investigative
This is the way you would rewrite it. It's not the way it was presented in the film, correct? Or am I reading too much into that?
Of course not. Now, follow me.
Are you trying to write the film for it? Like, are you trying to rewrite? It seems like you're trying to rewrite the film.
This is about this entire
Because we started, you started off with the idea how I would rewrite the film. So I'm curious.
Yeah.
This is the ideal version that I would have written as a
Okay,
writer,
but we're talking about the actual film, not your rewrite of
Yeah.
the film. Is where I'm coming from. You understand
Yeah.
where I hope you understand where I'm coming from with my objection slightly here.
Because
Like you have to take the film as it stands. You
Right.
can't put
Your thesis was
headcanon
it's
into
not
it.
as bad as everyone says. Not this is.
Yeah. Because
The your rewrite is a completely different discussion versus the qualities
I
of the
know
actual
that.
film as it stands.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying I would change.
Right. So
Because that's literally what we were discussing right before we got on voice docs, how we would rewrite the movie.
I
But
mean,
I'm going to give my points on how the movie revealed certain things, and how I would rewrite it right after.
right.
also Jay, this zone is fucking nuts. By the way,
Sorry.
So
the Genshin zone is nuts.
Yeah.
Tangent over. Done. Bye.
but yeah, so the rewrite idea that you're bringing in there, I agree with that, because now all of a sudden you've got a struggle. You have her struggling with her powers, with what's going on. The issue with it, and the reason why again I have such a hard time with Captain Marvel, is because that's not present. That's not actually presented in the film. You've brought it into a way closer to what I was saying for a rewrite there.
And can I pop in for Creepin's?
Go ahead.
I told Creepin I would actually.
Yeah.
I did the back thing, motherfucker. I'm on
It doesn't
Discord.
get much deeper than that. She does her little "you don't control me, I have nothing to prove to you" moment, which in and of itself is unearned.
Yeah, it was
Because
100%
her teacher
unearned.
wasn't ever properly built to be this controlling figure that she was meant to overcome.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, which makes
The
the
supreme intelligence, I feel, was built more as her antagonist throughout the movie. Dawn was just the dragon to the big bad, so to say.
but was the fight that was any of those fights earned still? Right? Like, was that
Well-
payoff earned within the film?
We'll get to that.
All right.
Shut the fuck up, Paimon.
I mean, we can all agree with that. Shut the fuck up, Paimon.
It's true.
At
I'm on
least she's
backup
not
food.
She's better in Japanese.
There we go.
All right. So yeah, I think I heard that.
So we are on similar-ish wavelengths at this with that the movie didn't set her up very well.
Yeah.
And as a result, the movie seems to be about how she's an unstoppable junkie.
Right. So, with that in mind, then, my question to you is, what makes it good? Like, if we're both saying that here are some rewrites that would have made it immensely better, what aspects of how they actually presented the film are you finding that?
Well, keeping in mind that I didn't actually say that I see Captain Marvel as even one of the top Marvel movies, or even one of the middle Marvel movies. It's on the lower end, definitely, with, say, Thor 2, because they did absolutely ass shit with developing Malekith. They didn't do anything that made him compelling. They didn't really set up much in that way.
I still enjoyed it.
So I would say that Captain Marvel is at minimum on the level of Thor 2.
I'm going to say this is the
okay.
first time you've ever, in any discussion we've ever had about Captain Marvel, where you've come across as it's not it's not actually that good.
Right. I'm just gonna
Because
pop in real quick.
The way that I've always presented it is, I don't think it's as bad as everyone says it is.
That is what he said
Yeah.
earlier.
No,
That
it's I have a bar set differently in my head now.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I agree. That you mentioning that you think it is as good as Thor 2, which is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Definitely recontextualizes where you're coming at with
That
this.
being said,
Yeah.
Thor 2 is my favorite. But
Again, I say this
And
about the Thor
suddenly
movies.
The bar has just absolutely resetting.
The worst. The worst
it's
Thor
like-
movie was technically Ragnarok, but it's the best one of the films.
Yeah.
because it's not a Thor movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Ragnarok.
Oh yeah, no, I absolutely enjoy it. It's just the worst with what was established with Thor.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that's a side point. All right. Let's go back into the defense of Miss Marvel.
Yeah, Captain. Because Miss Marvel is Kamala Khan.
Fuck you, she was Miss Marvel as well. Carol Danvers was the original Miss Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, Creepin' Thor 2 is not the worst Marvel movie. No.
Nope.
That is Captain America, the first movie.
No.
Really?
No.
I would have said the second
I'm
Ant-Man.
doing that.
Which one?
Second
I didn't.
Ant-Man.
To be fair, I checked out after certain points. I did not watch Ant-Man 2. I didn't even watch Ant-Man 1.
Ant-Man's
I
enjoyable.
haven't seen either.
But let's try not to sidetrack here.
Because they're funny, but they have similar issues with
Okay,
Yeah.
so
the
to bring Creepin's perspective in here, because I said I would.
Yeah.
After trying to not back out of the conversation, so I
Yeah.
can actually had his conversation. Thor 2 isn't the worst. Captain Marvel and the second Ant-Man are. Ant-Man 1 is fine.
Yeah, I think
Probably a solid 6.5, 6 out of 10.
yeah, I think Ant-Man's fine.
Oh,
I think
I'd round it up and give it a 7.
yeah,
Well, no,
I mean,
I'm
it's
reading
different
into it.
enough.
I'm
Yeah.
reading into
Yeah.
his fine definition.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could be totally.
and I think Black Panther is a low one too. But again, that's not. Let's not get sidetracked on ranking the Marvel movies.
Yes.
That's a
We are
different
just
conversation we're gonna have.
talking about Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
The
All right.
movie, not
Yeah.
not the comic.
Yeah.
Because the comic is different because most of us have not seen the or read the comic.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm that person.
Alright, so
I haven't actually even seen the movie.
I feel also relevant to that as I've not watched either or read either, whichever.
All right.
well, maybe you should watch them sometime. Or at least amusing.
I should.
All right. So let us continue the defense.
Alright, so moving on from the first major plot point after she was captured by the Skrulls.
Okay.
The initial escape,
Yeah.
that was way too easy for her to escape. She
Yeah.
just, even with her hands tied, she should have seriously struggled. That should have been the point where she went, oh, Gonra actually had a fucking point in trying to teach me martial arts without my powers.
Yeah.
Because there might be a situation in which I can't use my powers.
So I have
So,
another possible fix
She
for that.
should
If
have been, like, kicked around about a lot more in that fight, but maybe not seriously.
I have one other way that could have kicked in. Like again, because I'm going from the let's fix this, right? That's my standpoint in it more. At that point there, she should have gotten to the point where she just completely 100% blew up the ship. And now she's going, oh God, how do I control this? So and then it gives that fear of using her powers again.
Again, Raven.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but Raven's got a different aspect with powers because she was taught control from like as far as she could ever remember.
Well, the Titans TV series, using that as a reference, she didn't have any control. Teen Titans, yes, in the comics she did, but Titans itself, she doesn't have control. She's freaking out because her powers are going off. Or Rogue would be another example that you can use for that, and from the X-Men movies.
Rogue is probably a better.
Yeah, and a more
I would say
consistent
that
example.
Raven is all about control, because the instant she loses control is the instant Trigon shows up, right?
Yeah,
That's the whole thing. She keeps herself very separated, very resigned.
I think there's a different. I think the reason why Raven doesn't quite work in that example is we're talking about like if we talk about Titans Raven, like the live action TV series Titans, she's a good example because she doesn't know what's going on. She just knows she fucks shit up. But when you take Teen Titans or the comics, where, as you said, she's controlled for a different reason, it's not the same type of fear as, oh God, what have I done? That I'm saying they could have introduced with Miss Marvel at that point there. Right? Now all of a sudden she's afraid to use her powers and has to struggle around that.
I get that. That makes sense too.
Yeah.
And Creepin says that
It can also set up, say, this is going to be a quick point.
That's fine.
It can also set up like her ability to breathe in space, but being very, very short term, and she has to keep her powers going in order to use it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be draining on her.
Yeah.
Oh, so just to, there is no physical drain on her power level though.
Not that we see
there's
anyway.
No obvious.
Yeah. Which is another problem that I would remedy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like Super Saiyan 3 where it's pretty obvious that very over the course of the fight, the person very slowly gets weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. And I can't believe I'm drawing Dragon Ball Z into this shit, but that's the power levels we're working with, so let's roll.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
We're
and there's
not
enough
close to
evidence of
power levels.
there's enough evidence of that happening throughout with other characters as well. I mean, fuck, you even see the Hulk start running out of steam a little bit. Right?
Which is a weird thing for the MCU, because Hulk doesn't ever actually do that in the comic. Like he gets stronger.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite. But I like that change. I like that there's a limit.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
It adds depth.
Yeah.
It adds stakes.
Yeah. It makes
Whereas
the
with
Hulk
Captain
interesting
Marvel,
as the Hulk.
Whereas Captain Marvel doesn't seem to. There's no there's no obvious physical limits. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's not
Yeah.
consequence.
Well put, Sen. There's no consequence for her
Redneck,
to
keep
just
roaring
use her
high.
powers nonstop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in Devin's example, because I do like that a little more than mine.
Yeah. Because otherwise
But
she just
it can
walked
also
through
be
it
a
with nothing.
combination Of the two, it can be her struggling because she doesn't have the emotional or mental control, because her powers should be tied to her having a completely a confidence to her, and like her powers should be tied into her emotions a little more.
There's no problem with them tying into her emotions or not. That's not the point. It's the growing around it and knowing how to and learning the control, be it emotionally based or, complete Zen based, is beside the point.
There's also
Oh, yep.
Because I think Creepin is kind of on vaguely the same wavelength as me. Because he said, quote, if my hands were on this film, Nick Fury wouldn't be in it, and Captain Marvel might not even have landed on Earth. She's legit the worst part of her own movie, and we need her to not be that, so we gotta get rid of all this stuff around her.
Yeah.
The story is written like we're on an emotional storyline with her, but at no point are we ever actually on that storyline.
Yeah, and,
Exactly.
And that's where a lot of my fixes are trying to come from with it. Sorry, there's still more there, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
A lot. The bottom part is, I think so I'd have most of the entirety of her film be about the mental battle and physical demons via her teacher not being who they say they are and memories of her past rapidly returning to her. So, kind of to go off of that, I think, and I'm probably overreaching here, but I think Creepin is saying there that her arc needs to be about mental. Like, there needs to be no physical. Like,
no,
it needs to be
we
all
are
about her.
completely in agreement with that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Captain Marvel should have the same physical struggles as, say, the Hulk. Like, even if she ends up a little bit stronger than her, or him,
Well, so
then
Sorry, hold on. Just go ahead. We'll clear and let Nuke finish.
all right.
then her powers should be
I'd like
a
it to
high
there are two,
burst
as with the physical
potential,
test,
but she should burn out quickly,
So
as opposed to Hulk, who can fight forever, even though he's a little bit weaker.
yeah, and I think this is one big thing that happens in films a lot. You don't see the balance of the mental and the physical happening. It's actually the biggest point where Wonder Woman failed at the very end of the film, because they wanted to have the big CGI fight, right? Because everything 100%. With the exception of the ending of it, I honestly think that film was going 100% bang on track, and then it lost it at the end with that. So the thing is, you can still have the physical battles with the Kree, but that's where it needs to tie to the mental aspects. And that's why I say it's like, I like that she landed, like her landing on Earth isn't an issue. Nick Fury, completely useless. There's fan service, didn't help the story. That's where I go with my rewrite of being, as she's having these
why he lost his eye?
Yeah.
I want to know why he lost his eye.
No, I don't.
No, I don't give a fuck.
I just don't think it's important. And I don't have.
Yeah.
I don't have any issue with that.
Yeah.
Because it's like that's a detail. Like literally every single person that has ever existed that has a scar lies about it at least to something.
The issue with that is thrown as a joke, but that's a side issue, not the core of it.
He lost his eye due to some like dumbass accident instead of something meaningful.
Yeah, but that's kind of, again, beside the point in pulling away from the main topic here. So that, like, I like that she landed on Earth, but that's where I say in my theoretical rewrite, as this stuff's happening, so we're at that same point, the memories are kind of being restored. Now she lands on Earth and she starts struggling with those memories, and that's where her pilot friend comes in. I can't remember the character name, forgive me. Where she comes in and helps being that moral compass around it, right? So as she struggles to that and she starts to realize and get pointing towards what's good and bad, right, for lack of better terms, that can then culminate with the battle against the Kree at the end.
Yeah.
Right. And
by the time that she ended the fight with Ronan, she should have used up most of her power in the throwing the giant ballistic missile back, and then she would have just been, okay, now I'm just gonna protect myself and form like a tight shield, and I can't use the blast anymore, but I can hit people with my body. So,
well, again, like
then she could have still ended up destroying the one ship, because she only destroyed one ship there.
Yeah. All right. So we're there. So yeah, that's the change that I would make around the ship happening. And her escape.
If you catch creeping up. Like,
I can. So his idea is that he hasn't actually said anything about me thinking that her main struggle should be mental. Like, it should be a block. It should be she can't quite access her powers. And honestly, you could drag that out through the course of several movies if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Unlocking different abilities, like she gets the Force Blast first, but she doesn't have the ability to turn Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
But to go into actually what Creepiness says, her skill set should be the same throughout the film. She can be as badass as she is, but that shouldn't matter to her story, as most of the actual antagonistic force will just be something she can't just blast. Something mental, something political, even if you want to go that. If you want to go there,
yeah.
No finger blast.
Like, she can have her fight scenes and blast shit, but it shouldn't be her main gig. And please, for the love of Christ, if you do have a fight scene, make it look like even a bit of a struggle. She doesn't need to be toe to toe, but like she can be out of breath.
Yeah.
Because,
Not so fast.
and that kind of
You're
goes
not
to
leading
part of,
until
I
I'm
think,
convinced.
most of our argument there is that she doesn't seem to struggle.
Yeah.
I must say,
It's a
you let your
breeze
guards
for her.
down.
There's never any
Or maybe you
signs
were
of
drawn
physical.
in
There's
by
no
the
sweat. She literally does
compelling
not.
and friendly demeanor.
So I
Yeah,
guess
that's why
I do
I'm
complete
From a
push-ups.
complete stranger.
I'm
Drinking
Wait,
more
you can do
focused
push-ups?
on making making
Sin, can you leave the voice chat?
But
You're not really helping the conversation.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Sorry to kick you out, but I'm finding it distracting, and I'm not sure if Nuke is.
What?
I
Just
don't care.
sin kicking in and
With an alchemist of his
and such.
own
So, what are you gonna
I love you,
Look,
but I'm finding it hard to keep up with it.
Yeah, that's fair. And
All things
the-
considered, I deem
what
that you
Creepin's
pose
saying
no
is
immediate- which is what I was hoping.
right. Like her
Before we
powers
go our separate ways,
are-
Alexander, a word of
are
advice.
too strong.
Don't be so quick to
But
trust Albedo.
I don't have a
And don't
problem with
repeat the
her
same
actually
mistakes that you
being
did
able
this
to
time.
fight with
You made a
hands.
lot of rash decisions
Because
today.
there has to be someone in the hunting grounds that can be able to throw down with her. Because if there was nobody that could even physically challenge him, that'd be a problem. Because then what's stopping him from just rolling into all the strongest places ever and rolling over them like they're not a threat?
You're talking about Thanos there? Is that
Yeah,
okay? Well, so
but
my response to that is you don't
also
need
quick to
someone.
wrap up.
Oh, sorry.
She should have been able to fight evenly with Thanos for about a minute or maybe less. It should have been a couple of quick blows, her tanking the headbutt, and her getting blasted away by the Power Stone. Then she should have been basically out of juice.
All right. So,
So,
I've got
wait,
two
can I-
two quick points I
I'll
want to
pop
make
in
here
real
on that.
quick. That's okay.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I think Devin should go first.
Okay.
I was gonna. We're probably on the same page, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Deb.
So, 2 points for this. One, we're throwing in a different movie, which I'm fine with. I'll use it as the point. But just trying to keep it to Ms. Marvel. Again, it's not the power level that's an issue. I feel when it comes to Thanos, the reason why people are so angry about her standing up against Thanos like that is, again, it's not earned. You don't need to have someone who's physically strong to fight Thanos. The closest they got to stopping Thanos before in Infinity War was the fucking humans. Right? It was Quill. Right?
Yeah,
It wasn't
was-
about the
it
strength.
was
It's about
more-
outsmarting, using your teamwork. So I don't agree that you need to have someone who can stand up physically to Thanos. And it's a bigger slap in the face when you have the character that's established as being the physical one getting fucking one-shotted by Thanos. You know, just getting put in his place instantly with the Hulk. So there's absolutely nothing earned there. And
Yeah,
that's a
but
problem.
It's an establishing character for Thanos in Infinity War when he does that.
Yeah, but
Because
it's
we
not an
just
establishing
saw
thing for...
Hulk fight, throw himself at Surtur, and Surtur even had to blink and oh,
Yeah.
what the hell is this thing flying at me? Even though it doesn't really hurt much.
Yeah, but it's not an establishing thing for Captain Marvel. It's not a build-up for her. That's the type of thing you want to have. That's the type of thing you want to have happen for a villain. Her doing that is a slap in the face to everything that had been built up in the decade beforehand.
Okay.
There's no build-up to it, and you just have this character.
There's a super good transition into what Creepin said.
All right.
So, I don't think her powers are too strong. I just don't think they're applied well. That was what I meant when I said she can be as skilled as she is. Also, you don't need a single force to defeat the big bad evil guy. power of friendship can be a good thing. She just showed up to the fight and clapped his cheeks. It felt so unearned. Like it feels like that scene was tailor-made to just make her look better than her actual character deserved. There was no build-up.
Yeah.
So the point there, I guess, would be I don't necessarily agree with all of it. I'm just reading it off.
Yeah.
But I do agree that the build-up was not there. This character is very much, especially if you take the MCU as a whole, right? You look at it overall, you see the gradual build-up of Tony Stark from the very first movie into the absolute badass with the nanotechnology in Infinity War, right?
Yeah.
You see Captain America go from Captain America's arc. I don't like Captain America the first movie,
Yeah.
but Jesus Christ, Winter Soldier and Civil War are fucking amazing.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yet the progression of this character is amazing, and it's happened over the course of several years. It's been very slow, gradual build-up.
Yeah.
Whereas with Captain Marvel, she shows up and she's fucking Goku from Super Saiyan or from DBZ Super. Without the build-up from Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, if I can, it's not a perfect metaphor, and I'm not attached to it. But
I can fix her arrival in. I can fix her arrival in Endgame.
I'm 17 experience short of leveling up.
I can fix her appearance in Endgame, even keep the dumb fight with Thanos, and still have it feel a little bit more earned with one change. She should have came in with the Reavers and the Nova Corps. If she led the Reavers and the Nova Corps in to destroy the fleet, that would have given at least some build-up or some release from stuff that we'd seen before.
it doesn't make her still.
It doesn't make her better, but it at least makes her appearance there a bit better.
But here's my thoughts on why they kept her, why they held back for her. Because Strange would have been able to contact everyone, and Captain Marvel would have easily been able to say to him, "I'm almost at Earth. Focus on everyone else that needs faster transport."
But
I'm talking about the people who have the fast transport there.
I would also challenge the assertion that Strange can contact people he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Presumably, he doesn't know Captain Marvel. That's a galaxy away.
Yeah.
I think in his vision quest through all the alternate timelines, he would have been able to see, okay, Captain Marvel is going to be.
You're writing that in. That's extrapolation. I'm saying let's go with the stuff that's established. Let's go with the stuff that's established. We know that we have the Guardians of the Galaxy there. We know the Guardians of the Galaxy have allies. We know they fought Thanos' ship before, or other Kree ships before. Having them come in to back everyone up would have made more sense. Having Miss Marvel there completely cheapens that fight. Yes, that should have been what happened. And I have because I know she's cosmic. They made it clear that she's cosmic. She's in the corner of the universe that the galaxies are in. We see that with Rowan. So having her bring in the Ravengers and the Nova Corps wouldn't be a surprise at all. And that would have felt earned.
The Nova Corps was a horrible mistake.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling I know why. They're probably going to save that for when they bring in I can't remember if it's Captain Nova or just Nova.
Yeah, Nova. I think it's just Nova. But I mean, that's not there. So I'm talking about stuff that's established. Yeah. And honestly, everyone there, when they see those guns turning to the sky, I'm pretty sure they weren't expecting to be Captain Marvel. I'm pretty sure that, the payoff was supposed, in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, here comes Nova, here comes the Ravagers.
Here comes an earned Skywalker fleet.
The only thing that would have needed it would have needed another point to then say, oh, the Nova Corps actually survived Thanos exterminating Xandar.
Well, we can make the logical assumption half of them did.
Yeah,
let me know when I can hop in freaking stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm wrapping up. It's just like a one-shot throwaway line of dialogue that maybe Thor could have given to Guardians when we met them in Infinity War. Like, even though 30% of the Nova Corps was out of the system, Thanos still easily purged Xandar.
Yeah.
So Nova Corps can't stand up to him. We can't stand up to him. I need to go to Nidalee.
Yeah. Yeah. Even just when Quill comes back, like, we know he knows of Earth. He knows this is happening. He's got the connections there.
As much as they don't like him.
Yeah.
Well, no, they do like him because he stopped their planet from being literally exploded.
Yeah.
Which
And
goes into the Infinity Stone bullshit where if the stone touches the...
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, and no one's 100% dick.
But, I would like to interject Creepins.
Yep.
Okay. Her arrival, I think his main point is her arrival came way too late. If her movie had come in earlier, then maybe she showed up a bit more in other films, mentioned her a bit. Like, even a throwaway line would have been better, right? She comes in, she kind of steals the show where she can at least, much more so, and I'm extrapolating from Creepin's comments here, but think about the context of Thor versus Thanos, right? It's Thanos with 2 stones. He's got 2. He's two stones. This is 2-stone Thanos. He gets fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
This is 5-stone Thanos.
That was also without any kind of special weapons, and basically by himself, because
Right. But that was 1v1, him versus Captain Marvel with 5. He had 5 stones at that point. He had the power. He only had the Power Stone and I believe the Space Stone. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's correct.
He had those 2, and he destroyed Thor. Or not. Well, yes, he destroyed Thor, but he also destroyed fucking Hulk.
Yeah.
He destroyed Thor and Hulk. He destroyed 2 of our main characters in this series.
And 2 of the canonically strongest.
Yeah.
Right. And defeated him in a physical battle, not some battle of the wits.
Exactly. Yeah. Because he didn't need to.
Yeah.
Was the whole he was playing with them the entire time.
Yeah.
Except I will say except maybe Hulk when he actually you can see him activate the Power Stone
Yeah.
to knock him out.
Yeah.
Because that's when he needs to. Because this is an intelligent, complex character. And then you have Captain Marvel come in and she causes a lot of damage to him. She causes distraction. She stops him. And don't get me wrong, the way they did it was better than it could have been. Like, she is using all of her strength to stop him from snapping.
Yeah.
And that's a positive to her showing up. And I know we're adding Infinity War instead of just talking about Captain Marvel itself, but...
Yeah.
It was the first hint of struggle we had from her. It
seems like they nerfed her a little bit.
Well, it was the first time we saw struggle. But
actually,
yeah,
that's
fair. That also ties into my idea of how to limit her power.
Right. So
her power shouldn't be continuously active. It should be maximum range.
Yeah. So I know we definitely. Yeah. So I would like to try to pivot again because we definitely got way distracted here. We went into Infinity War, I think, for about 20 minutes now.
To be fair, I walked away from it. But
yeah, no, it's fine. Like, I mean, there was relevant stuff there, but I think we should try to pivot back to defending Captain Marvel, the movie itself as it is, as opposed to the character.
We just make the most simple fucking argument in the world that nobody has fucking said yet. The majority of people didn't enjoy it. Is it more likely that when the majority of people didn't like it, that the majority of people are sexist or biased or something, or that it just wasn't fucking good?
We haven't talked about the sexist. We kept away from that, right?
For 2 seconds. The appeal to the majority, I was like, oh, I don't agree with it. And then Jay is like, yeah, but versus, oh, it's sexist, that's why you didn't like it. And I'm like, oh, shit, you just pivoted back into a point.
No, I'm just saying, like, if the majority of people didn't like it, is it
Finite.
worth trying to make some excuse why they're wrong, or is it just like, okay, probably
I don't feel
either
like
didn't
we've-
have mass appeal or wasn't good. There's things that don't have mass appeal but are still good, but
Well,
I don't think that's the case here.
Right, but I think that's what.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to get Nuke to defend, though, right? Because he's saying it's not that bad, so I'm trying to get that. That's
And
what
again-
we're trying to figure out. We're trying to figure out, is it didn't have mass
Let's
appeal
dial
or is it
back for a
bad?
second. Let's dial back for a second.
Well, for context,
Nuke.
an example of what I would see as a good, well-written movie is something like Lord of the Rings, or say Godfather, even though I hate The Godfather.
Again, I'm the same with Blade Runner.
Okay, so
And a bad movie is going to say The Last Jedi. On a scale from The Last Jedi to Godfather of Lord of the Rings, Captain Marvel is sitting about at the level of the cat from outer space.
So, okay, so again, I'm gonna try and dial the conversation back to weirdly when I was making jokes earlier about the difference between entertaining versus good.
Yeah.
So, Captain Marvel is not good. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, it is.
Like from a story perspective, from a story writing perspective, it's not good. It can be entertaining, but the characters are pretty inconsistent at the very least, and I'm dialing that back. But characters are inconsistent. The story doesn't quite follow. Captain Marvel's motivations are nebulous. Am I?
Well, that's some
I'm
bullshit.
specifically talking to the defender here, you Nuke.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I'm trying to kind of come to a point of synthesis, I guess. It's on you, Nuke.
I know. I'm just thinking.
That's fine. That's good.
Yeah.
Like, cause
I'm sorry, ADD brain was acting up. Restate.
no, I feel you. Oh god, damn it! Why do you make me do this? I have ADD brain too.
We all do.
So ultimately, I guess your defense is. I don't want to say that part. Okay, so Captain Marvel is not good. It can be entertaining to some people, but it is not a good, well-written, consistent movie because Captain Marvel herself is not. Actually, Captain Marvel's pretty consistent.
She's almost too
just an asshole
consistent.
The entire way through.
Yeah,
She's not.
and
She's,
I would
she's
change
not
that
a good
because-
character on the moral spectrum. I'm not talking about good writing. I'm not
Yeah.
talking about a good movie. I'm talking about morality. She
Yeah.
is very self-serving.
Yeah.
Again, I go back to the situation with, and you know, we joked about this earlier, but the situation with the dude on the motorcycle, the Don.
Yeah.
And I know that's a meme between me and Dev.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take the meme out of it. I am
Yeah.
100% taking the meme out of it. It's a dude who tries to hit on a woman who is not interested but doesn't.
Yeah,
Hey.
and in the final cut of the movie, that part of her beating him up wasn't in there.
No, she just steals all her
does
steal
shock.
shit and takes stuff.
She shocks him, and then she
To his knees.
takes his clothes, boots, and motorcycle, which
Yes. with
I
the
just
theft.
found as an amusing Terminator.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
Yeah, but the Terminator was a bad guy.
Exactly. Terminator starts off as a
Not
very
Terminator
not
2.
good. No, he does. He absolutely is a bad guy to
Yeah.
start out with.
No,
because he
John
doesn't
Connor
understand
helps him
That's the
become
arc.
the
That's his
humanity.
arc.
That is exactly what his arc is.
His arc is him interacting with humanity and becoming more human as a robot, to where you question whether or not robots are bad.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
That's T2. That's Arnie's arc in T2.
Yeah, 100% his arc.
He becomes much more human, and he literally says in the movie, "I understand why you cry, but I cannot do it myself."
Yeah.
That was
I
terrible.
see that.
Yeah.
I know, but it was a terrible Austrian accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the point of his arc is that right? Like he starts off as he's programmed to do a thing, so he does it in the most efficient manner possible. Fuck the consequences. Fuck
Yeah.
the morality of it. This is a human character that we're pulling in.
Hold on, I gotta respond to frequently.
Sure.
Go ahead. Creepin says he's an amoral robot. Like, I don't think he even understood the concept of morals at the time he was built.
Yeah.
This is just my personal speculation and
Objective.
So this is
Sorry, that's joke.
Yeah.
I can't actually back this up.
Hmm.
But the Terminator is programmed to at least be able to predict on some level how humans will be. He has to, at least on some capacity, understand what an emotion is. And
Not at all. John Connor, multiple times in T2, has to tell him, no, you can't go killing. It's bad. It's wrong.
no, that's a moral issue, not an emotional.
Right, but he doesn't need to care about the emotional aspect of it. He just needs to kill. He is literally a murder bot.
Again, that kind of pulls back to my initial point with T2 being, he is programmed to do a thing. He's going to do it in the most efficient manner possible. Fuck the morals, fuck the philosophy, fuck the everything else.
Yeah.
This is what I was programmed to do. Until, because of his programming, ironically, because he's supposed to follow John Connor, he has to follow every order that John Connor, whether he's from the future, war John Connor, or 12-year-old, however old John Connor is in T2. He has to follow those orders, right?
Yeah.
So he tries to follow those orders, and in that process, he finds nuance.
Yeah.
He finds morality. He finds the grayness in between. Versus, oh, you're ordered to do a thing. Oh, I don't care. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's his arc through T2.
Yeah.
To the point where he literally tells them, I am literally going to sacrifice myself for the greater good. You didn't have to tell me to do that. I literally have to tell you that I'm going to do that. I'm going to ignore your orders because I have evolved past the programming initially put into me.
Yeah. So I think, to loop it back to Captain Marvel again, them doing that as a reference was a really bad decision. It makes her look like the baddie, or a complete robot with no cares about anyone there at all. It makes her look like a piece of shit. She's a dick. I have no fucking compassion for her, and it kills my investment in her arc. It's like, oh, now you care that you were hurt. Well, look what you've been doing. It cheapens the character around it. I might not have said that the right way.
When you question shit like that, it actually does make me wonder if people are less forgiving of that type of behavior from a woman. Like, from a guy, is that badass? And from a woman, does that just make her a bitch? Like, it genuinely makes me wonder if that type of behavior is less acceptable from a woman.
No, I think it's a dick move either way. Terminator doing that was a dick move.
I was gonna say let Dev respond, and I was going to respond.
Yeah, no, it's a dick move either way. And again, we're talking about the Terminator doing it, and we're saying, yeah, he was the bad guy. He was an emotionless robot trying to, and an emotionless robot the second time, just set up on his mission. No, the gender of them has nothing to do with that. And I think a lot of people try to make that argument, and for the most part, I honestly feel it's in bad faith, because in my experience, that's not the case. Now, I'll make one slight caveat with that. Technically, in a lot of media, women have to do a lot of bad things to be seen as the bad guy, and men have to do a lot of good things to be seen as the good guy. And that is just there. You see it throughout stories overall, but I don't think that changes it being a dick move, and regardless of the gender.
Let me know when I can pop in.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, Jay, I'll say, because Jay has been very, I'm trying to give deference to Jay because he's been playing Genshin, and I know he probably wants to chime in on some other stuff. But...
No, I genuinely could not care less about this conversation.
He chimes in when he wants.
It's the same as the Star Wars one. These conversations stopped being interesting to me 2 years ago because it's just the same shit over and over again.
I think there's value in actually trying to discuss this and trying to come to some sort of understanding between the viewpoints here. I understand that there's going to be some fundamental things that people aren't going to ever going to be able to connect on, but in a general sense, I think we can agree, especially with story structure, right? Like,
Yeah.
story structure is apolitical. It doesn't. There's SJW, whatever the fuck you want to talk about, doesn't really necessarily tie into this stuff. It's more the very basics of storytelling.
Yeah.
The issue about. So I'm gonna try and. I don't 100% agree with Dev. Shocking. We're not parrots. It's almost like we're two different people. But I do agree on some aspects of that. I do think there is a stereotype of women in media to some degree. I don't think it's anywhere near what it used to be.
No, not what it used to be. But
Exactly. The leading lady aspect has fucking flaw. It's gone. The whole damsel in distress shit is fucking, good lord, it's buried 12 feet under at this point. And I'm not saying that that's a good thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
It's just a thing.
it's also that damsel in distress is literally just a trope. It is
Yeah.
how you use the
Well,
trope
yes, but
that makes it good or
ties
bad.
into tropes, yes.
Yeah.
The hero's story itself is a trope, right?
Yeah.
The hero's journey itself is a trope. But it's a very fucking good trope.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
entertaining, it pulls you in, it draws you in.
Tropes are not bad, but they can be used badly.
Exactly, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's actually what I 100% agree with.
Yeah.
You can use a trope very fucking badly.
Yeah. And we need tropes help create shortcuts so you can put in a full story in 2 hours. Yeah, shorthand is a better yeah. Yeah. That is what in fact I meant, but yeah, it's shorthand so you can put in something in a half an hour show or a 2 hour movie and fully get the context without having to read a 500-page book.
The fucking fuck is this?
Right. Sorry, continue.
It's the heart of darkness.
Yeah.
So to kind of try and pull this all sort of back together, back to Captain Marvel, I think my personal issue with specifically with the scene, and yes, I'm gonna call it back to the whole the Dawn thing, but the issue there is that when comparing it with T2, right? This is a machine. Initially, like at the beginning of T2, this is a machine sent back with the explicit orders from its programmer to protect John Connor himself in the past. He does anything necessary to protect John Connor. At the end of the film, he ignores John Connor's orders. Whereas with Captain Marvel, this is not a robot. I understand there's slight nuance with the whole mental abuse aspect, but once she figures out that she is her own person, and that happens when she shorts the chip or whatever, or even before that point,
Yeah.
she becomes, and the power levels are way different, but that's kind of tangential to the whole comparison there, because one is a machine programmed to do a thing that eventually learns and goes beyond its limit, literally ignores the main command that had been given to it from John Connor in the future to go beyond itself, and has struggled with the other protagonists, whereas Captain Marvel does not really struggle. She is in no physical danger. She's really not even in much mental danger.
Yeah.
Because even in the initial scenes of the movie, where she's being mind probed, she figures out what happens, and is...
Yeah. And I mean, let's pull back to what this scene is trying to establish with Terminator versus Captain Marvel. So that scene in Terminator is, again, a shorthand to show you exactly how physically intimidating he is. Like, this pure strength is like, the bar can't stop him from taking the stuff. Like, there's the shorthand of that aspect, and that he will do anything and doesn't give a fuck. He will kill you, take your bike, and take your clothes. Mm-hmm. What is that scene doing in Miss Marvel?
Shit, that's actually a good point.
The same thing.
Is it?
Yep.
So we
Yeah.
need to establish how strong and badass she is. A third of the way through the movie,
Yeah, more or less.
after we've already
She
seen her
survived
destroy a
fall
ship.
through space. And she also broke out with her hands tied and with a limit on top of that with a limiter chip.
I think it's more that it's supposed to show that if someone's going to be an asshole to her, she'll be an asshole. But
Yeah,
I have a
okay.
caveat to that, and I'm going to invoke my buzzer here to have my response. The way I would have handled the scene, because
But this
I
is
don't
headcanon,
think
no?
it's as...
Do you know what I'm
simple
saying
as
when I
that.
say that? Like you're trying to attribute things that aren't in the movie to the like you're trying.
I'm trying to explain my point of view. My point of view is not in the movie. It is about what the movie is. It is about what I perceived the movie trying to tell me.
Yeah.
So of course, not everything I'm going to say is going to be word for word in the movie. I can't have an opinion that is strictly and only confined to the movie because it's made me think and consider other things.
Yeah. No, and that's
understand
fair.
that.
It's more.
And we're also in the process of attempting to rewrite the movie. So I have to think if
We're discussing the movie for sure. I don't know if we've kind of dallied with rewriting the movie, but if we're going to actually go into rewriting the movie territory, I think that needs to be separate things.
Yeah.
We're trying to critique what's in the movie versus what we would like to be in the movie, what we think should be in the movie. Like the whole aspect of what Captain Marvel should have been was I think we all kind of can agree here. Should have been an exploration of her own mental inability to access her powers, or she overuses her powers, and there's a negative consequence to it. Like the Rise of Skywalker tried to do with Rey Palpatine's fucking shitting out the Force lightning. Like that's what they were trying to do with that.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to shift the discussion to Tross, but just that's a very easy.
A better example is Ichigo using his hollow mask.
Sure. Perfect. Thank you. There's super negatives to that. There's no negatives to Captain Marvel doing what she does through the course of the movie. And going back to that, she has nothing to fear from this dude who randomly showed up and flicked her map down and hit on her, and she didn't tell him to fuck off. She literally never told him to fuck off.
And if you talk about, and just using the movie as an example, because you said you feel that it's her showing, no, if you're going to be a dick to me, we'll fuck you, essentially. Well, she's had other instances of people being a dick to her beforehand, and that wasn't her response. So the movie itself doesn't back that up. If there's more things about when stuff like that happened, and she responds that similar way,
It's a disproportionate response.
yeah.
Yeah, which is why
Is that in her character to the point?
that scene was cut from the final movie.
It's not.
No, only part of it was.
It was brought back in an extended.
No. The only part that was brought back in the only part that was
Taylor.
back in the extended scene was when she grabs his hand, like fucking almost breaks his arm. No, she's still there. The smile thing still happens. She still steals the bike. She still steals his clothes. That is still there.
So?
So that's the only part we're talking about.
I just don't see. I don't see that as a major issue. I have no problem with that scene, aside from the fact that it.
She's supposed to be a hero, and she steals someone's stuff.
Yeah, she's supposed to be the good guy. She's supposed to be the person we're rooting for.
Go ahead, Noob.
She's trying to go undercover, and she also stole shit off of the mannequin too. So
Yeah, sure.
in that scene,
Which doesn't make the argument better. This is the hero stealing a whole bunch.
Stealing stuff from a mannequin? That's
let me finish my argument.
sorry.
Okay, so the way that I would have written this, and I know I'm projecting my own view of the movie again, but this is impossible for me not to do in this kind of a discussion, because
but that's a separate discussion. Do you
So
understand what I mean?
here's the issue
This is
with that
part of
nuke.
the way I criticize movies.
That's fine, and this is I agree that this is a criticism.
Yeah.
But you can't write the movie for the movie that exists. You have to take the
I
movie
know that. I'm not saying that I can't.
But you're trying to say you can defend that scene. So the rewriting of it.
Not. I'm saying I don't see a big deal.
Right.
even as I'm trying to be very
Yeah.
very in the middle here, but like I don't, because we were talking specifically about the scene that yes, I have absolutely labored this point to fucking
Yeah.
death at this point. I'm sure Jay is like, shut the fuck up, KR. I was expecting him to say, yeah, shut the fuck up. Anyway, so the point, I guess, that I've tried to make so far is that this is the hero of the movie, and they are stealing a whole bunch of stuff from a completely innocent person. Yeah, I mean, you know what? He's a little cringy. But at the same, like, all she had to say was, "I'm not interested. Go away." And if he persisted beyond that point, and I'm not saying it has to be word for word.
Yeah.
All she does is flick up her map, and then she steals his shit. It's a bit much.
Okay, what if you would have grabbed her tit and then did the same thing?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, exactly. That is, he physically assaulted her first.
Didn't he reach out to touch her?
No, he pulled her map down.
Yeah, and made eye contact. That's
Yeah.
it. And asked her to smile. For
Yeah.
Yes,
I'd
is
have
that
to actually go look, but I think touching anyone that's in another person's
scene-
control
Yeah, no.
technically
I
counts.
linked the
Alright.
non-extended and the extended
So-
scenes in Marvel.
Okay, so here's
I thought we were, okay.
let's roll back here a little bit. So,
Yep.
I know
Trying to dodge.
you're kind of Nuke. You're trying to. I feel like you're kind of doing two things at once, and I think it's causing confusion around this. So, you're saying that you're fine with the scene.
I'm not
And-
fine with it.
Okay,
Don't have a
because
problem with
because
it
you
doesn't
because
hurt
you
the
did
overall
say,
narrative.
but you did
in
say
my
you
view.
had no issues with that
I would
scene.
just do it different.
Okay,
That's
so
all.
then there's an issue with the scene. Because that's my point. There's an issue with that scene,
That's also my point too.
right?
There's an issue with that scene in the same way that there's an issue with Lord of the Rings then, because I would have done things differently in certain areas too that Peter Jackson did.
Okay.
And that doesn't make that a bad movie.
Right,
It just
so-
makes me having a different viewpoint.
Right. So my argument with the scene as it's written there
The scene as it's written
is terrible
can be
and
brought
weakens the
full
character.
circle.
Clear.
Yes.
Here, 1 sec.
Right.
Y'all are kind of
So-
reading on
so-
top of each other.
Yeah. So my argument is the scene as written in the film is terrible, weakens the character, makes me think she's a dick. She now comes across as the bad guy. That is what that scene says to me. That is why I have problems with that scene. It does nothing to establish her character because we don't already need to see that she's
Other than her
strong.
being a bitch.
Yeah, other than her being a
That's
bitch,
not a hero.
that's the only thing that's established in that scene. There's nothing establishing how strong she is. There's nothing establishing anything else around that. That's why I have an issue with that scene.
Okay.
Right?
Deb, you good?
Yep.
Nuke, you're up.
The way the scene is written, it can be dropped entirely. Yes. Now, can I get my viewpoints right?
All right. So, I mean, yeah. No, go.
Hold on, Dev.
Yeah.
I think I got your
The,
point.
the way the scene is
Okay,
written,
go ahead.
it does not support the movie. It does not help her character. It does not develop anything.
And in fact, it weakens it in my mind.
The way that I would have written it is that if he touched her, including the map, she could just
No.
No.
okay, just go to sleep in the hallway, because we have seen other Marvel heroes do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which was that
I feel like other
So-
people would have just gone, oh, they're like the badass anti-hero
Yeah, but that's not how she's. But that's not how she's presented.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Yeah.
there is other precedent for people would have been more forgiving for that type of thing.
Yeah.
Also, yes, if they would have just made the guy more of an asshole, I think it wouldn't have been an issue at all.
Yeah.
Literally, he goes up and grabs her ass. I have basically no problems with the scene.
Yeah. Yeah. There's differences
But
to
doesn't
that.
touch her. He touches her map, asks her to smile. Yes, it's
I don't see the distinction.
Oh,
Oh,
you don't see
yeah.
Hold on.
I do
Dev.
not see the
Dev.
distinction.
Yep. I'm not saying
I
anything.
got this one.
Because it is
You do
touching
not-
someone's, it is getting directly into someone's personal space. It is
There's a whole difference between
presenting-
some person versus someone's inanimate object that they are holding, and there's a big difference.
if someone came up to me and just touched my backpack when I was holding it, I'd be pretty annoyed too.
Annoyed enough to cause them physical harm and steal their shit.
If they didn't back off, me.
Would back off as soon as she inflicted physical pain. I don't think the physical pain was necessary. That's the whole point of that's the whole point of my argument is that it's a disproportionate response to something. He flips her map down to make eye contact with her. That's it. He does not touch her.
Which
He
I
does not
see as the same kind of thing that you're pointing out with him grabbing her ass. It should have to be him going to grab her ass. Him touching her in any way is an unwanted, like,
Okay. What if you go up and tap their shoulder to go? Oh, hey, by the way, you forgot something. You just go up and just tap someone on the shoulder, right? Just to get their attention. Does that warrant the same response as grabbing someone's ass? Because that's a big distinction that's happening here right now.
distinction as well. and actually,
no.
I would actually say that
No,
I would actually
that's not the same.
So tapping on the shoulder is fine, but pulling down a map
Hey,
or
excuse
grabbing
me,
someone's ass is fine.
Tap on the shoulder
Yeah.
is not the same as a man approaching a woman and grabbing something that's in her hand and going, "Hey, can you smile for me?"
Yeah, I agree.
Did you watch the scene? It's different though.
I've watched the movie like 18 times. Yes, I've watched the fucking scene.
You said you didn't because I specifically said I linked both of the things in Marvel spoilers. You said you hadn't seen it in a while. There's a discussion. He says, "Nice swimsuit," and yeah, I'm not saying he's an amazing person, but I don't think he deserves to be physically assaulted for taking a
Because
finger. Taking.
Fucking
Can I finish?
saw that creeping all the time.
It's okay, Creepin, whatever. Sorry, Creepin. I should have read your shit for a while, but I'm trying to make a point. He takes a finger to her map, because this is the 1990s, and tips it down, and says, "Yeah, I will give you a ride."
That was fucked up in
But how about
1990.
it's not?
It's so fucked up now.
But your argument is that someone taking a finger... I know you're not Creepin, I'm sorry. Okay, then never mind, I'm not sorry. So he takes a finger, dips the map down to make eye contact with. That's all he does. He doesn't touch any part of her body. But to you, that is the same exact thing as grabbing her ass.
And warrants the same response.
And weren't the... Yes, thank you.
Well,
Like,
So,
it's in Marvel
yeah,
spoilers. If you
I-
want to rewatch it, you can.
okay,
There's the extended and the not extended. I
let
think-
me respond.
Yeah,
Let
sure.
me respond. I have been saying the entire time that I would have rewritten this scene.
But you've also said you're completely fine
and
with
then
that scene as it
I'm
happens.
told that I have to take the movie as it is. So, which is it? Am I allowed to give my viewpoint on how I would rewrite it? Or can I only accept the movie exactly as it is?
My issue right now isn't with the rewriting it. My issue is with you literally saying that, yep, that scene played out 100% fine. I would have done the exact same thing, and
I don't
yeah,
have a
sure, I
problem
could
with
change
and
it.
I also said that it can be as it is,
Right.
dropped entirely from
Right.
the movie. because
I'm
it doesn't
I'm
have to.
questioning why you don't have a problem with it. So the rewriting of it, how you would change it isn't the point that I'm having contention with. My point is that you're saying that you are fine with it,
Because it's
even
a
it could be
filler
dropped.
scene. It's like
Because it's a what?
her interacting with any ordinary person, and the person is an asshole. So she just
So
like,
you steal their shit.
fuck off. And they who cares if some asshole's motorcycle is taken?
He does.
I'm sorry. Hold on. No, come on, man. You can't possibly hold that mentality.
I don't care about this
So then
guy's
why'd you make the point?
It's not about the guy's bike. It's about what she's showing as a character.
Yes.
That is
and-
not a heroic way to act.
Okay.
She's supposed to
this
be our
point,
hero.
Does she know who she is?
It doesn't matter. No.
Answer the question. I've got a follow up.
As far as she knows, she's the hero. She's still like, regardless of if she's with the Kree or the Skrull, she thinks she's the good guy.
Yes. that's the way-
Exactly.
Okay.
She thinks she's the good guy.
Right.
She doesn't realize, oh shit, on Earth we act a little bit more conservatively.
She doesn't show that type of response anywhere else in the film.
Please. Stop. If I get interrupted again, I'm just gonna drop out of combo. Because it feels like my view is being not only challenged and not listened to, because if I can't say
about your point the entire.
this is
Like that's been the whole conversation we've had is talking to you about your point, right? Like you are being listened to. We are just disagreeing with it. We are having a conversation, and I understand that it's frustrating.
it sure as hell doesn't feel like I'm being listened to, because
I am listening to what you say. I strongly disagree with what you say. What you're saying. I do get what you're. I do hear you.
I do not have a problem with someone having their petty crimes and their dipshit behavior being mocked a little and like disproportionately dealt with in a movie.
Okay.
How I would rewrite the scene is drop the guy, have her steal the stuff from the mannequin, and then just take his life.
No,
Then there doesn't have to be any physical contact.
Okay.
arguably
Sets her up
Klee
as
is
the
a
bad guy.
ranged fire
It
user
just sets
creeping.
her up as slightly like the Kree
Jay,
don't.
you're up next.
I'm not talking to him. I'm talking to chat about the fucking game that I'm
Okay.
playing.
Gotcha. My bad.
Unfortunately, we're
It's
running
like
out
it
of.
Sorry,
Yeah.
there's no way that they could afford you. So.
Unfortunately, I know we're running super low on time here. We both agree that the scene shouldn't be there. My question to you around this was, what was the strength of having the scene there? Like I gave the example of how the scene in Terminator is meant to show you a good chunk of stuff about the character. What is this showing about Miss Marvel? Because what I get when I see it is, you're a fucking bitch. You're the bad guy. You are not the person I want to support. That is what I get.
The scene is, she is an asshole because she literally does not know how to act on Earth right now, because she has no memory of growing up on Earth right now, except for the dreams she's had where she sees Marvel.
So
Acting, she's
Let me know when I can pop in.
she's acting defensively of herself, or she's acting over brash because, and I know this is inserting my own view, I know this isn't described in the movie, and it should be if this scene is going to stay in, because she's on a mission and she's trying to get back to her crew, so she really doesn't give a shit about some random civilian that's walking up to a Kree agent. Because the Kree, quite frankly, are major assholes.
Right. So how do you
so-
justify?
One quick thing.
Again,
No
let's
creep in.
back
Amber
it up.
hasn't been buffed, and she's still the F-tieriest F tier in the entire fucking game.
Yeah. Well, the whole problem with Amber is that it takes her charge shot to get her elemental effect.
Oh, and her E ability sucks, and her Q ability sucks.
And
Again,
So
that's all I
So-
really have to say on this game. It's like,
I'll just pop in real quick, and then Dev, you good with that?
yeah, we've got to pretty much wrap up.
It's just real quick. The issue I think with I have with Captain Marvel is that you bring up the point that she doesn't know how to act on Earth, but generally speaking, in every culture on Earth, theft is bad, yo.
And we've seen that in the corner of the universe she has been living in too. I mean,
Exactly.
the Guardians of the
Theft
Galaxy
is
are thieves.
That is that is not a good thing, and that is not a good framing. And I understand that you would throw that away, but it's in the movie, and it definitely characterizes Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Is where I'm gonna end my point. Dev, that's on you.
Yeah, no, my
And then we'll get back around to
my point on that there is the same thing. It's like, I agree that scene shouldn't be there. We have to keep in mind that it is. Not talking about the theoretical points. It makes her look like the baddie, and that just doesn't help her in the movie in any way, shape, or form. And then I guess Nuke, we'll let you.
I was gonna right.
I
Well, you
really
take the-
like your point on it.
All right. Well, final thoughts, because as I said, I know we've got to leave here like now.
Final thoughts? The Supreme Intelligence should have been the main villain of the movie. Should have been showing up more regularly, and it should have been more mental struggle. And her powers should have been much less oppressive than they actually are. That's how I would have rewritten the character.
I thought you were done. I'll just my 2 cents.
I am done. Go for it.
I think we all actually agree that the movie is not that great.
Yep.
Yeah. And I find it entertaining.
Okay, again,
And
going
so-
back to the original.
Bad.
You find it
in
entertaining,
response to
but it's
No,
not
no.
good.
Entertaining and
actually
good are
bad
not the same thing.
Yeah.
You can find it entertaining. You can like a movie, but it does not mean it's good.
Yeah,
The
and I've never
aspect we were
seen
coming
Captain
from,
Marvel. A great
the aspect we
or
were
even
coming
good
from was whether or not it
I
was
said
good
it
and
was
not
not
entertaining.
that bad.
All right.
So
All right.
I feel like we accomplished nothing tonight.
Obviously.
I feel like
It
we
was a fun conversation
adequately
anyway.
we conveyed our opinions to each other in, at the very
Most
least,
of the time was that.
a non-insulting way.
I enjoyed it.
I did too.
I enjoyed the discussion.
I did too. I just didn't think we got too far.
No, but
No,
we don't have 12 hours.
We're not-
Honestly,
That's true.
that was also what I was going to say when I said these conversations became boring. Did you honestly think you were going to change Nuke's mind here?
No.
Did you think you were going to get him to think? Then what's
Honestly, actually, I feel like we did a bunch of times
little
there.
bit.
Yeah. Like, and it's
don't
not
know.
about
It's-
that.
it's
It's
a
about
conver-
discussing
it's
the
a
idea and
conversation.
discussing the story.
Or they can maybe clarify more precisely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
It
Yeah. And again, we changed from it's not that bad to, okay, I agree it's entertaining to, yeah, objectively, probably not good.
I mean, that wasn't the thesis from the beginning. The thesis from the beginning was that it was
Not that bad.
not as bad as people say it
Yeah.
is, which again is a terribly difficult objective to prove one way or the other.
yes.
Because you're
I
already-
actually agree.
And I
it-
totally agree with that.
Yeah. And I feel like we got pushed off a few times because of a misunderstanding around that.
Which is why I was trying to redefine. I was trying to define terms throughout the course of the conversation,
Yep.
where we're going from. And admittedly, I'm very tangential as a person, but
All right, I'm not missing my bus.
Yeah.
yes, bye, Jay.
All right, bye.
Good night.
Have a good night.
I enjoyed. Have a good one, guys.
Was a good conversation. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We should do this more often.
Yes, indeed.
Like we should